What's up?
America, go to the YouTube right now.
There you go. All right, now I got to find Sonny's beats. I'm kind of. You want to do some of the new ones, or you kind of on the old ones? Still?
I like the new ones.
You like the new ones?
Yeah, and he's not here. Yeah, man.
Okay, what about this one?
I love that.
You do?
I love
it. It reminds
that.
me. It's kind of like
It's slow jams, man.
Yeah, it's like a little like I don't know, like Earth, Wind, and Fiery or something. Like it's like you know what I mean, like a Barry White. You know what I mean?
This is like you turn this on. You can play this in the background of like the Rico voicemail.
Yes.
You know.
Yes. You know what? Oh man, now that's good. So if I have to rap again this year because of Kansas City, if we beat Kansas City,
you want to do slow rap?
I might have to do it like, yeah, you know what I mean. Like you remember, you're not old enough to remember this, but PM Dawn, they took the Spandau Ballet's True, and they sampled it and made this amazing song. I'm not sure what the name of it was. I'll have to look it up. But it was like kind of like a really slow, like kind of like a love song kind of thing. I'm gonna have to do that, dude.
There you go.
Yeah, love song to the Raiders for beating the Chiefs.
Oh, yeah. Especially when we do it twice this year.
That's what I'm talking about.
Paul is in there.
Oh!
Mac Bud is in there.
What's up, Mac Bud?
We got all the folks from overseas here.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. No one from the US of A is here yet.
All right, I'm looking up. I got to find what that song was.
Yeah, you need to find that. Thank you for hitting the button, Paul. Chevy Silverator, Jeff Murphy.
It's called Set Adrift on Memory Bliss.
There you go.
How's the name? Oh my gosh, yeah. So I'll have to like pull my best PM Dawn impression for the Chiefs.
I love it. Let's let a couple more people come in.
Okay. Let's go! Woo! Since this is pre-show, I guess I can say this. Fucking Raiders!
Let's fucking go!
Woo! Woo! Oh my gosh. That was the best game, dude. Okay. Oh, I gotta shut up though. We got so much to talk about. Oh, wait. Oh, I gotta bring the thing up.
Heard that before.
Yeah, you did. Or you would say, damn right.
Well, you're damn right.
Yeah. Okay. All right, here we go. I got the chat up. Are we ready to hit the button?
We got so many people in here. We're ready.
All right, let's hit the button.
Jackpot, baby. Raiders Fan Radio.
Oakland, L.A., Oakland, Vegas, Raider Nation, wherever, forever. You got your old Uncle Mosh and Raiders Fan Radio from Murf's Man Cave, taking a lighter journey into the dark side. Sit back, put your feet up, pop a top, and enjoy the ride. Here we go!
Look left, look right, a leaping pass, touchdown!
We miss you, we love you, and we'll see you in the Hall of Fame.
When you have great coaches, then after you have great coaches, you get great players. You have a great organization, and you tell them one thing: just win, baby.
Way up the middle, intercepted Filipiano at the 50, time running down. Oakland football, and I think Oakland victory.
The Oakland Raiders have scored on the most zany, unbelievable, absolutely impossible dream of a play.
Well, I love this team. I think this team can win. I think this team can win.
You are listening live to Raiders Fan Radio, hosted by Murf, Uncle Mosh, and Swag Jeff. Take it away, guys.
Well, thank you, Brent Musburger, and welcome, Raider Nation, back to what we hope to be a fantastic episode of Raiders Fan Radio.
You know it's going to be.
Oh my gosh, dude. We're trying to contain ourselves here in the fan cave. This is going to be an absolutely incredible night tonight. Cannot wait to talk about everything that happened over the weekend and, of course, what happened on Monday night. So much to get to. We have an absolute jam-packed show. We're going to run long tonight, so just letting everybody know here on the front end. Usually we try to keep this thing between 90 minutes and 2 hours. We're probably going to go 2.5 hours tonight because there's so much to get to. So for those of you that are on the audio podcast, you're probably going to get this podcast broken up into 2 segments. We'll probably do the first part of the show as part 1, and then once we get into the Sea of Fans mailbag, we'll break that out into part 2. And Sea of Fans mailbag, that's where we hear from you, Raider Nation. We hear from the best of all of you that are out there, because more of you and less of us is a good thing. So anyways, my name is Murf. Welcome to Raiders Fan Radio. Appreciate all the, I'm proud to say, Swag Jeff. Actually, let me say this first. Let me welcome in the man that adorns the southern annex of the western annex of the Murph's Fan Cave desk. Before we jump into the show, welcome Swag Jeff.
Yeah.
What's up, brother?
Yeah, my gosh, it's so good to be here. And the Matthew and Daniel Mangus are going to be so proud because Uncle Mosh is not here tonight, but I am not sitting in his chair.
I'm not sitting in his chair.
I'm being a good boy.
You're being a good boy. So welcome Swag Jeff to the Fan Cave. My name is Murf. My co-host is Swag Jeff. There's usually a third man in the booth who is my real life uncle. He's Uncle Mosh. And so reason I bring all that up and introduce us all is that we have literally, Jeff, at this point, thousands of new listeners.
Absolutely.
It's absolutely incredible. We are so proud to remind you that we are the official podcast of Fansided, which is Just Blog Baby, which so many people are familiar with.
Yeah.
And we are very thankful to be part of the new Fansided team, and much respect to those folks. For those of you that have listened to us on the regular, you know about that recent announcement that we made, that we are now part of Fansided. And yes, we have a flood of new people that are listening to this show, to Raiders Fan Radio. So thank you to all of you that are jumping in. You're minding your own business, scrolling through some Raider news, and next thing you know, you found some knuckleheads on there talking about sometimes everything but the Raiders. But so we appreciate you, all those new folks, new subscribers. We got a bunch of.
Yes.
Thank you. Cannot respect and appreciate all of you enough. So again, my name is Murf. This is what we call Murf's Fan Cave, which is my bonus room, and my best friend in the whole world is Swag Jeff, and he's co-hosting the show with me tonight because we got no Mosh.
We got no Mosh tonight, and there's a lot of other people that are here.
Tell them about the chat, Swag.
The chat is what makes it. The chat's what it's all about. Ron the Moderator, who is our moderator for the chat, he's going to be in and out. He's driving right now. He said, I'll censor all of you whenever I get a chance to stop. So folks like Kiljaedis and stuff are saying, hey, Ron's away from the keyboard. Everyone say the most dirty thing that you can right now, which I'm a moderator too.
Yeah, you
but
are.
I just let everything go for the most part.
For the most part.
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as if it's not a personal attack, you just let it roll.
I just let it roll, man. Absolutely. And if you're joining us on the YouTube, I got some new swag tonight.
Yeah,
I've got swag like every week because I'm just like my boy Charles Woodson, man. I'm repping that Black Sunday,
dude.
And Black Sunday, if you're listening to this is where a live read could happen, where Swag Jeff would talk about all the great new things that you have. But I'm not going to do that because they don't sponsor our show right now.
Not yet. But the Black Sunday folks are of course a huge sponsor of our good friend Raider Cody.
Yes.
And you saw Charles Woodson wearing that Black Sunday hat.
Yeah, mine's coming.
Yours is coming, and we know that Charles and Cody are working together on the Sahara live game day broadcast and watch party, which yours truly, I'm very thankful and happy to be joining that broadcast 3 times this year, at least so far, maybe even more. And that starts in 2 weeks against the Dolphins. But anyways, you want to hear us talk about Monday night. So let's jump into Monday night. So thank you again to everybody. I tell you what, before we jump into the show proper, I just want to say that you can always find us on the audio version of our podcast by searching for Raiders Fan Radio. That's on any podcast service, Google, iHeart, Stitcher, Apple, you name it, man. All you got to do is search for Raiders Fan Radio. You get this show, the flagship show, Raiders Fan Radio, and you can also get a show we call Flashback, where our good friend Rich Schmelter, the author of the Raiders Encyclopedia, takes a look back at something significant within Raiders history. So we appreciate Rich and his amazing shows. And you can also join us live. And so Jeff mentioned a second ago about the YouTube. You could join us live each and every week at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. That is youtube.com/Raiders Fan Radio. It is the absolute, hands down, slam dunk best chat room, best community in all of Raider listening audiences.
Yes.
And I can say that, not, of course, I'm biased, so I'm of course going to think that, but we hear it from people all the time. Even people that are outside of our show they say like, man, your guys' chat room rules. And they do.
Yeah.
They're the best. So shout them out, Jeff. Give them some respect.
So Jeff Murphy in there. QB Jeff, our buddy from Domenico's is there. Paul from Shropshire, Mississippi.
Paul?
Yeah. We got the Mangus boys. Raiders Gears and Thread. Aussie Raider Aaron. Lil Tiger 12, who is a new member to the chat. First time tuning in.
Welcome.
So yeah. So normally there's 3 of us here, and it's. Oh, sorry.
Murf, Swag Jeff, and who's the third guy?
Yeah, the third guy is normally Uncle Mosh, who is Murph's real life uncle, but he's not here tonight. So it's just you're chilling with Murf and Swaggy J, and yeah, man, and we're fired up. But let's see who else is in there. Big Bass Raiders in there, Chronicles of the Black Holes in there, Mac Buds in there, Storms in there, Central Cali Bear is in there. Yeah, man, we got everyone. Dude.
Pineapple B122, Aloha Raider Nation, man.
Yeah,
we got folks. So we get folks that check in with us from Alaska to Hawaii to the Canary Islands. We're going to hear from our good buddy Rico tonight.
Yes.
Raider Nation here on Raiders Fan Radio truly is global. We are very thankful for all of them. So again, thank you so much for everybody joining us here live tonight. All right, so much to get to. I'm going to shut up because we have more content than we have room for. So again, we're going to go long. Right as we're going to jump into the Sea of Fans mailbag, we're going to also welcome in our good friend Kevin, the Raider Nerd.
Nice.
Kevin is the guy that used to show up, or he still shows up at Raider games, dressed like a Mandalorian. But Kevin was dressing up like a Raider Mandalorian before the Mandalorian was the Mandalorian.
Exactly.
This is when people used to call him Raider Boba Fett. They didn't even know what a Mandalorian was. Anyway, so our good buddy Kevin, he's a super fan, always resides there in the black hole with the likes of Gorilla Rilla and, of course, Wayne Mabry and all the greats. And we're going to hear from Kevin at right before the Sea of Fans. So about 90 minutes from now, we'll check in live with Kevin, and then we're going to hear the rest of the Sea of Fans, which is your voicemails and phone calls. We're going to get to that. We're going to get to, of course, a ton of talk. We're going to talk probably 45 minutes to an hour just about the Ravens game.
Well,
Got tons of audio coming your way. We're going to give some respect to a lot of folks. But before we do that, the first thing we do here at the top of Raiders Fan Radio always is we take our episode number and tie it back to something significant within Raider Nation. And tonight is 217. And Swag Jeff, what do we got?
Yes, absolutely. And before I get into that, I do want to say thank you to Aaron the Q-Dog Raider for a $5 donation to the One
right
Nation
on. Thank
Foundation.
you, Aaron. Thank you.
Absolutely. So every Super Chat donation, 100% of that money goes to the One Nation Foundation, which helps Raider-affiliated charities. Almost a little over a month away, man. We're going to Vegas. We're going to Vegas to the Blitnikoff thing, and we're going to present that big check for $4,000 on behalf of you, Raider Nation. So thank you very much. We can't tell you how much we appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you to all those donations. Any money we make here through our advertising revenue, merchandise sales, every single penny that we can possibly muster up here on Raiders Fan Radio, 100% of that money goes to the One Nation Foundation, which we partnered with Raider Cody to found that. And so, yes, know that any support that you give us through just subscribing or direct anything, all that money 100% goes to the Raider charity.
Absolutely. So yes, we are on episode number 217 of Raiders Fan Radio, and I got a career stat for you, buddy.
Ooh, I love these.
I love
That's
these.
when you do these good with
this
these.
is a good one, man.
Okay, all right.
We're going to be talking about an absolute legend at left guard.
Oh, Gene Upshaw.
Absolutely. Hall of
go.
Famer number 63, Gene Upshaw.
Let's go, dude.
7-time Pro Bowler, 5-time first team All-Pro. Played 217
No
games
way.
in silver and black.
Let's go, dude. Nice job, Swaggo. Oh, man, I feel like I need to be wearing my Upshaw jersey tonight.
I know, right? I know.
I got the Mac for those on the YouTube. I had to wear the Condor tonight, man.
Well, yeah.
After that amazing performance, but love to hear the Gene Upshaw.
Yeah.
Pound for pound, probably underrated in terms of the all-time greatest Raiders.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean? People go to Stabler, people go to Woodson, people go to Timmy, people go to Otto.
Yes.
Gene Upshaw, dude.
Yeah.
But since we've been doing, I'm going to go on a tangent. I'll keep it fast.
Okay.
Since we've been doing this show, the more I learn about Gene Upshaw, the more I understand the impact and relevance and greatness that man had, not only on the field, but off the field and in terms of whatever. Amazing.
Yeah.
That was badass, Jeff.
Oh,
Give
good
yourself
deal.
a round of applause on that, and then take us to some contact information.
Woo! Hey, Raider Nation! You got your old Uncle Mosh here with an updated contact info. So sit up, zip up, shut up, and pay attention. You can call us at 909-345-3346, or as Murf would say it, 909-345-3346. How about emailing me? You want to email me? Email me at show@RaidersFanRadio.com. Or what about reaching out to us on some of that social media stuff Swaggy likes? Try Facebook at Raiders Fan Radio Podcast, the Twit at Twitter at Raiders Fan Radio. It's the something. Instagram at Raiders Fan Radio, the tiki-tiki-taki-talk. TikTok at Raiders Fan Radio. Or what about the Twitch? Some of you out there twitching. Anyway, Twitch at Raiders Fan Radio. Or if you don't like that, go to the YouTube. America, go to the YouTube. YouTube.com/Raiders Fan Radio. Oh my God, if that wasn't enough, go to your podcast provider and search Raiders Fan Radio. Holy crap, that was a lot.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Good. All right, Jeff, before we get to respect,
yes,
shout out what's going on in the chat room, because we
Yes.
got some donations coming on in there, and then I'll jump in with who we got respect.
Absolutely. So K. Matt Dowdy, $5 donation. Foxy Scorpio, $10 donation. Tider Raider, a $5 donation. And I do want to talk about this for 1 second. And there you go, Matthew Mangus.
And read their comments too. Whoever super chat,
okay.
read their comments, please.
Okay. Let me scroll up. K. Matt Dowdy didn't have a comment. Foxy Scorpio says, "In your face, Aaron and Matt," with a $10 donation because Foxy donated more. Tider Raider, all love and respect, RFR family. And Matthew Mangus, $20 donation, says, enjoy the Dolphin game. My parents will be there as well."
Awesome. Well, I tell Mom and Dad Mangus to seek out old Murf, and I'll be there with Trinidad and a bunch of other folks that we, of course, know. My cousin Sonny, the guy. Okay, so let me tell you this. I'm telling you, it's going to be a long show. So Cousin Sonny and I are going to the game. Cousin Sonny is who originally I started Raiders Fan Radio with back in 2012, and we did it because we were part of a Madden league and wanted to do a podcast around our Madden league. That guy that donated back in there, K. Matt Dowdy, we knew him as K. Matt D.
Oh.
He was my big rival in the Madden League. Much respect, K. Matt, for checking in, dude.
Right on.
That dude's been around this show probably longer than anybody else, because unless there's somebody else from that Madden League that's still listening. Like, I've known that
cool
guy
is that?
through the show for longer than anyone. Yeah. So much respect there, K. Matt. We appreciate you, my friend.
So all these donations are going to the One Nation Foundation.
Absolutely.
So if you're new to the show, we did a little summer of swag that has now become the autumn swag.
Yes.
Yeah. So October 6th, mark it down. We're going to start promoting the hell out of this. October 6th, I think what are we going to do? $10 every $10
Every
donation?
$10 will be one
every
entry.
$10
Yep.
donation will be one raffle ticket into the entry or into the thing to win this signed Charles Woodson Intercept wine that we got here in Nashville. It's amazing. So October 6th, you won't want to miss that episode. Donate to the One Nation Foundation and get a chance to win this wine.
Celebrating Charles Woodson's birthday, and there's no certificate of authenticity with that, because literally I bought that within hours of him signing it from the store he signed it at.
Absolutely.
So, anyways, so that is very cool. Thank you, Swag Jeff. And again, all that money goes to the One Nation Foundation. All right, so here at the top of the show, we like to do respect. We don't do props. We don't do shout-outs. There's nothing wrong with those things, but we're Italian. We like to do respect. All right, so right off of here at the top, I want to give respect to this guy has quickly become my favorite Raider reporter. There are no shortage of Raider beat writers and even national media. I mean, and you hear us for those unfamiliar, we and I will frequently take a run at people that are sour grapes, that have been beat up by the Raiders in one capacity or another, and choose to use their platform to take a shot at the Raiders. Okay. So the most obvious ones are, who we're going to hear from later. Well, we're not going to hear from him. We'll hear him referenced later. Folks like Jim Rome. Okay. Michael Lombardi, Mike Silver. All right. Skip Bayless, Colin Coward, right? Or he's a real flip-flopper nowadays. But those are your national, Mike Florio, one of the worst offenders, right?
Absolutely.
Or some guy. Okay. And then all of a sudden, when the Raiders left Oakland, it bled into the beat writers. And I won't call any of them out specifically because we've had a lot of them on our show before, but there are a multitude of the beat writers that have sour grapes for the Raiders and use their platform to, again, take shots, to highlight the negative. I want to say that at least, okay? Converse to that, since we are free to take shots at those people, I want to highlight someone that I think is doing an incredible job, and I'm incredibly thankful for his content, and that is Hondo Carpenter. You can find him on Twitter at Hondo, just like it sounds, Hondo Carpenter, and he covers the Raiders for Sports Illustrated. He's got a website called Raider Maven. The articles there are fantastic. The content is amazing. He's not Pollyanna about the Raiders, but he also doesn't spend his time taking craps on the Raiders either. And he tweeted this out earlier this week. And just this gives you an idea. He says, for those on the audio podcast, another blessed day covering the premier professional sports franchise in the world. Thank you, Raiders, Raider Nation, for reading, listening, and watching. And he's got a picture of the Henderson facility there.
That's so cool, man.
What a concept. You actually endorse and support the team that you cover.
Absolutely.
Much respect,
what
Hondo
a concept.
Carpenter. Come on, man. The reason that you're pulling a paycheck is because of that team.
Yeah.
So why do you feel and I understand being real and all that kind of stuff, but some of the slants, dude, I don't get it. I really don't get it, Athletic. So anyways.
Yeah.
Thank you, Hondo, and much, much appreciative of your content. All right, another one. I'm going to turn this one over to you, Swaggo, because, I'll lead us off, but you and I shared texts on Sunday.
Yes.
About the opening for the NFL.
Yes.
When it came into game day. And I'm talking about the 9/12 intro that was honoring the events of 9/11. And we've had loose discussions around kind of some of the things that the NFL has done. And one of the things that we always really looked forward to in sports historically was about the ability to unify, the ability to bring everybody together, that we were all brought under one commonality, it was the great equalizer, right? That was sports was that thing where we could move away or at times, take a break from some of the things that were more, I'm being careful with my words, but the heaviness of life at times. And we could look to sports for the things that would bring us together. My old man, great example, things like the days when I wasn't getting along with my dad, rest in peace. We could always watch a game together. We could always watch an A's game or a Raider game together and find that commonality. So regardless of where life stage or whatever else. So we always looked to sports for that. And recently we felt like there were times where things were becoming, they were starting to move away from each other. The NFL showed up on 9/12.
Yeah.
And the voice narrative from Steve Buscemi, the imagery, the song, dude, I was crying. I was freaking crying.
Yeah.
I was so moved by this.
Yeah. You said it all. You said
I hope not. I hope I left some meat on the bone for you.
Well, you didn't really, but
sorry.
But that's okay.
I'm sorry.
You were going to throw it to me, but first tell me all about it. That's okay. That's okay.
But talk about what you said back to me about being a dad and that stuff.
Absolutely. So yes, the clips that they were showing and, the sporting events that were coming back and, just everyone unifying as one, as a nation, the commonality that we all had was that we were Americans and we loved each other and we were there to lean on each other when the nation went through arguably one of the worst events ever in the world.
Certainly on our soil.
Absolutely. And so that was really cool. It really gives you faith in humanity that, although we, a traumatic thing hasn't happened in the world, there's a lot of division in the world right now. And there's a lot of division here on our soil. And so, looking at that, you hope that, it restores your faith in humanity that, we've seen us come together before and love each other and be there for each other. So, what makes you think we can't do that again?
Absolutely.
So yes. And then, as you said, the girl that sung the national anthem, where her dad had passed away. I mean, I was sobbing, dude. I mean, really was. Like, I mean,
and you're the parent of a daughter. Like, I have two
Yes.
boys, but you're like, that hit me. You're like, that freaking,
yeah,
you know
it
what I
hit
mean?
different, man, for sure. Yeah, it struck me. It was amazing. Kudos to the NFL. Much respect. That was, they knocked it out of the park. It was beautiful.
Could not have been better. Could not have been
beautiful.
better. So much respect. And again, we've been critical. Whenever we're critical about that, I take runs to the NFL all the time because I'm always, talking about how they chase the money and everything. But that wasn't one of those moments. I felt like that was a genuine representation of what that moment and that time meant.
Yes.
And so anyway, so much props to them and much respect. All right, so we got another one for you here. All right, we're going to give respect to one of the Raiders.
Oh, nice. And who is it?
Yeah.
This is Trent Sieg, and you're listening to Raiders Fan Radio with Murf, Swag Jeff, and Uncle Mosh. Just win, baby.
Love it, man. All right, so we're going to give much respect to our good buddy, and that I don't use that term lightly, our good buddy, Trent Sieg. So Trent Sieg, number 47 in your program, but number 1 in your hearts.
Yeah.
Long snapper for the Las Vegas Raiders. Trent Sieg and I, so speaking of Madden and all that stuff, we kind of linked up through a Madden league and got to talking and kind of became buddies, and he's a good dude. And so anyways, I want to give him respect because he sent us this for the fan cave. So you can see right behind me, I've got this Marcel Reese autographed jersey that we got. I got from Marcel at a game that he signed that and handed it to me. I'm going to go to Uncle Mosh's camera here, and you can see there's the Will Compton jersey over there. And of course, Will signed that here in the fan cave when he came in to visit us and talk some Raiders football. And now there's the third jersey I'm going to add to the fan cave, and this is from our good buddy Trent Sieg, who says, Murf, and all of you over at Raiders Fan Radio are first class. It's been a pleasure getting to know you. Number 47, Trent Sieg. And so
how cool is that,
freaking
man?
guy is the best, man. So anyway, so thank you, Trent. Much respect to you. Thank you for sending the jersey. Thank you for the incredibly kind inscription on said jersey. And I think I'm going to put it right here. I'm going to put it right here to the left of me here and hang that up here in the fan cave. I'm running out of room, Swag Jeff, here in the fan cave for swag, but
Well, I got empty walls in my house.
No,
just holla at your boy.
All right. So speaking of Trent, though, so we got to give him a little bit of crap. Okay. All right. So his one of his good friends and teammates, AJ Cole, who had a monster game on Monday night, number 6 did, and so AJ Cole was asked about some of the players' outfits, and they were asking about like who's the best dressed on the team. All right, and so AJ chose that platform as an opportunity to take a run at our good buddy Trent Sieg.
Best dressed on the team would probably be Trayvon Mullen, and worst dressed on the team would be Trent Sieg by like a wide margin. Trent has never bought clothes, I'm convinced. Everything that he wears, he's either been given for Christmas like 8 or 9 years ago or given by here. Like, I think he has a pair of like $5 jeans he bought from Old Navy, but besides that, like, it's exclusively free stuff.
That's awesome.
That's so funny. He's anti-swag.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, we need to send him some Raiders Fan Radio gear.
A deal.
Oh, dude.
We should do that.
Oh, okay, Trent, I'm sending you a Raiders Fan Radio shirt. How cool would that be if he wore that like walking in on the ramp?
Oh, when they do the pictures of the guys coming in.
Yeah, dude. That would be cool. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
All right, let's hit a break and then jump into this Ravens game.
I forgot that this is my job to do now.
Well, yeah. Clock in. What the hell, Jeff?
Hey, Raider Nation. This is Max Crosby from the Oakland Raiders.
And goes down, and Max Crosby, who forced a fumble last week.
You're listening to Murf, Mosh, and Swag Jeff on Raiders Fan Radio. Thank you so much. Just win, baby.
And I also, before we get too far out of respect, I do want to respect Kevin the Raider Nerd because today is his birthday.
Hey! Happy birthday, Kevin! Much respect from us here at Raiders Fan Radio. And we're going to look forward to talking to him here in just a minute.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. All right, so shout out the chat room, Jeff. What's going on there before we jump into this stuff?
Daniel Mangus, Atticus B. Rockin', Mac Bud, Kiljaedis, Chevy Silver Raider, Lee B., Anthony Provencio, Raider Rude, Matthew Mangus, Aussie Raider Aaron, Chevy Silver Raider, High Five Freddy, Aaron the Q-Dog Raider, who says, when is Swag Jeff, leader of the Jeffs, going to get a signed Marcus Mariota number 8 jersey? Inquiring minds want to know.
We already got the signed helmet.
I got the signed helmet. But yeah, I need to just make a full collection there.
Well, yeah.
I mean, I've got Aloha Corner at my house.
Yes, you do, and you better hurry up and fill that collection out before he becomes a Washington football team quarterback.
Yeah, well, thank you Raiders for putting him in for one play. It was one of the greatest moments of my life.
Blew out. Until he blew out his quad.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's all right.
Yeah.
All right. We got him for one play.
Yeah,
That's cool.
That really was.
And it was a badass play.
And it was a badass play. That was an incredible play. We know that you were loving that. All right, so let's jump in here to the top of the show. Hey, Jeff, look, no one does Showtime better than Las Vegas.
Oh, I know, right?
Oh, sweet September. You never fail us. Right on schedule for an awakening. The start of a new season. Another journey. Another chance to take back what was once ours.
Then after you have great coaches, you get great players, and you tell them one thing: just win, baby.
The silver and black chase for the Lombardi. And we all in. Under the lights of prime time at Allegiant Stadium. A statement game versus the Baltimore Ravens.
Ah, the old music.
Love it.
And what happens in Vegas will be seen on the NFL's Monday night stage. Take your seat, Raider Nation. It's showtime.
Oh my gosh, dude.
So good.
So good. So look, man. All right. So Sunday Night Football, we saw the freaking Rams. And that was a weird game because I didn't know who to root for. Like, I hate rooting against Khalil Mack because I like Khalil Mack. I miss him. I embrace and understand why the Raiders got rid of him, but I still can't you know what I mean? Like, I just can't, I don't know, it's a weird thing. But I can't root the Rams either because, look, there's only one team in LA, and that's the Raiders, despite them moving the two wrong teams back to LA.
Yeah.
So it's a weird game to watch, man. I don't know. But anyways, they let off the game with Michael Buffer doing his, like doing whatever. You can't even say it because you can get sued.
Right.
Okay. But what I love is that was a very LA kind of thing, a lot of glitzy things with Michael Buffer and all that kind of stuff.
Sure.
But then the next night, in the Death Star, Vegas, absolutely whipped LA's ass when it came to presentation.
No kidding, man. I mean,
we are live from Las Vegas, as this is the moment you've all been waiting for. It's Monday Night Football, presenting from the AFC North, the Baltimore Ravens, taking on your three-time world champion Las Vegas Raiders.
Let's go!
It's time!
Oh my gosh, Jeff.
No one does it better.
How Vegas is that?
That's the most Vegas thing ever. It's unbelievable.
It's so UFC. It's
Yes.
so Vegas. Freaking
Yes.
Dana White's there. Like
Yes.
he announces it like it's a match. Like, dude, we just I've heard that thing 17 times now.
Yeah.
And as we're sitting here in the fan cave, I got chills all over again.
Yep.
That was amazing. That's the thing that, like, you know, going back to when the Raiders left Oakland. Look, we're Bay Area guys. You know, Jeff's a Southern California guy, but being a Bay Area guy, me and Uncle Mosh growing up in the Bay Area, like our heart is in Oakland. Our heart is never going to not be in Oakland. I grew up in San Jose, California, 45 minutes south of the Oakland Coliseum. I literally started going to the Oakland Coliseum when I was in utero. My mom went to the 72 World Series, and I never stopped going until I moved away from California. It's like the Oakland Coliseum is part of my DNA. Like, I cannot be more invested into that city and that place specifically.
Yes.
But when they left, and I found out they were going to Vegas, this was the kind of stuff that I'm like, okay, it's not going to be Oakland.
Right.
But there's this other side of the Raiders that's going to take off and be something we've never seen before.
My gosh.
And when you got Steve Aoki and Bruce Buffer introducing the team on Monday Night Football in the Death Star with the Vegas skyline and the strip in the background through the lanai doors and Charles Woodson sitting next to Mark Davis, my mind is blowing. Like, I'm going like, holy shit, this is amazing.
It's unbelievable.
And if you didn't have those feelings and those thoughts, Raider Nation, then check your pulse, man.
Yeah.
Like, that was incredible, despite the game.
Yeah.
It was like, holy crap, look at this.
Yeah.
This is ours.
I don't think anyone was complaining.
Sure shit better not have been.
If you were at Allegiant Stadium, I don't think you were bitching and complaining about nothing like, oh, I miss Oakland. I mean, sure, everyone's going to miss Oakland and the things that that we were able to do there and the tailgating and all that stuff. But I mean, I saw some tailgating photos and stuff outside of Allegiant Stadium. It looked pretty damn badass.
Damn badass,
There was still some good tacos being cooked, and the whole deal, and
bacon wrap hot dogs and the whole nine, man.
Cervezas being drank and all that stuff, man. Everyone was having a great time, man. It looks unbelievable. Yes.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Like that. It was just look. Look, and people like Mac Bud in the chat says, "Give me AC/DC anytime." I'm with you. Like, and those things are not lost on me, and I'm not abandoning what we were. And I've said it. Anybody that's listened to the show long enough, like, some of the most beautiful imagery to me is the Raiders in a night game in the Oakland Coliseum, the bright green grass and the dark sky, and everybody in the stands wearing black, and there's a lot of beauty that came with the Oakland Coliseum. So this is not like me saying or comparing even, or like, this is better than that. I just can appreciate what this can be, and also respecting the history that led to it. And
Sure.
You know what I mean? It's not bringing one down to lift another one up.
Yeah.
It's equally respecting what they are for their own thing.
Sure.
Like watching the game, Mosh was like, "Where's the black hole?" I'm like, "It's right there. It's the south end zone." He's like, "Oh, well, that doesn't look like the black hole." I'm like, "Well, it's not, because it's Vegas. It's not Oakland." You know what I mean? It can't look the same. It's not going to look the same. You know what I mean? Some of the same people are there. Wayne's there, and and Gorilla's there, and like, you got some of the same folk. Joker Raiders there. Like, you got the same folks, but it's not the same. Like, it's not. You know what I mean? And it's not going to be.
Right.
But it is going to be it is going to be Bruce Buffer and Steve Aoki on Monday Night Football. Like, so I thought it was amazing, man. I loved it. And I hope you did as well. And if you didn't, I mean,
well,
if you're going to support this team, I mean, get used to it, because this is what we are now.
Absolutely. Well, look, Al Davis wanted a new stadium for a long time. And, we finally got it. So this is what Al wanted. This is what Al wanted. So let's love it. And it looked like everyone did. And everybody that's a friend of our show that was there. Yeah.
And we heard from a lot of our good friends. Again, we're going to hear from Kevin live here in a little while.
Mojo said the beer tasted just as good in Vegas as it did in Oakland. You know what I mean?
There we go. And Mojo, a guy who put on phenomenal tailgates in Oakland, said to us directly, like, guys, this isn't Oakland, but it's this whole other thing, and it's cool as shit too.
Yeah.
So let's not bash it. You know what I mean? Yeah. So,
100%.
All right. So, all right, let's get on here. Let's move to the game itself. So, I mean, look, we're not going to like break down the what is it?
Jeff Murphy says, if there's no piss troughs in the bathroom, I'm not going. I love that.
If there's not a cloud of weed smoke 3 feet thick high above your head when you're in the bathroom, then it's not. Yeah, it's not worth it.
Gosh.
Yeah. Oh my, that is pretty funny. All right. And there you go. And he's talk about bona fides there. Jeff Murphy literally grew up around the corner from the Oakland Coliseum, the all-time passing leader at Alameda High School, went to play at Laney College in Oakland, and before he came out to Middle Tennessee and played for our Blue Raiders. There's a guy that like literally grew up, again, around the Oakland Coliseum, and when I saw him today at Domenico's, the official deli of a Raiders Fan Radio that always fuel us up pre-show, I mean, he was like, it's awesome. Like, it's, it's its own thing. It's just different, and that's okay. All right. Let's get to the game. I feel like I'm talking a million miles an hour tonight. I'm so fired up, Jeff.
Oh, my gosh.
You know what I mean?
Why wouldn't you be?
Well, yes.
Why wouldn't you be? It was unbelievable.
It was unbelievable. So, look, we're not analysts. I
woke my whole family up.
Did you really?
Oh, yeah.
Tell your story.
Well, yeah. I mean, watch it. I mean, I did it twice. And
you have young children.
And I got young kids. Yeah. My daughter will be 5 in February, and my son will turn 3 in October when the day we get back from the Blitnick.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah,
nice.
But yeah, I mean, and I woke him up twice.
Love it
because I thought we won. And then it was actually more than twice because then I cussed when the interception was thrown in the end zone in overtime. And that, I woke the kids up all night. It's fine.
Well, because, we had to win that game 65 times. And so, look, we're not analysts. We're not film studiers. We're not we're fans. Our bona fides are the fact that we just try to be or we strive to be the most passionate, loyal Raider fans that we can possibly be, and that's it. Like we're not connected with the team in any way. We love the team. We love Raider Nation. And frankly, sometimes I love the fans more than I love the team. You know what? I love Raider Nation. It truly is a family. It's La Familia, and that ain't no joke. Anyway, so we're not going to break down like positional battles and all that kind of stuff. So you've all watched the game. You know what happened. It was an incredible, incredible football game. And as Jeff said, it felt like we had to win it multiple times.
Yes.
And I loved John Gruden's comments post-game when he references that exact thing.
Anything like this in your career?
I died and woke up and died again, and I was like a cat. I had multiple lives tonight. I don't like playing like that. It was tough. But, again, we did a lot of really good things to win that football game tonight.
Mosh and I are out after the game. We were flipping around and we were watching Scott Van Pelt on ESPN, and they brought that press conference up with Gruden. But he said, I died, and I woke up, and I died again.
Yeah.
Yeah. We all did.
He is so good at those one-liners and stuff.
Right?
It's like this.
We're running out of time. My life is running out of lifespan.
It's the best, dude.
The best.
That's why Gruden, it's funny you hear, and we're going to hear some other comments from GMFB here in a little bit, but the cliched, you hear it all the time. The cliched saying is, when the Raiders are good, it's better for the league. When the Raiders are great, it's better for blah, 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 right? You hear that all the time. But there is a lot of truth to that. And here's a good example of that, is that those Gruden sound bites hit you a little different when the team is actually good. You know what I mean? It's one thing, knock on wood, you're with me and all that kind of stuff. But when you're 4-12, it's like, what are we knocking here? You know what I mean? So it's always, you know what I mean? So it's always good when the Raiders are good. All right. During the game, early on, look, it was rough, man. Derek Carr did not look good. The team didn't look good. We can attribute that to, you could say that's lack of preseason. There's a handful of things.
Yeah, knocking the rust off a little bit.
You got the nerves. Look, these guys are professional athletes, but how are you not nervous when you hear the crowd the way that the crowd is? You got Bruce Buffer. You got this music. You got these incredible, it was like you got George Lopez on the sidelines. You got it's like going to a Laker game. You have Hollywood royalty there. You got
Raider Nation royalty there.
You got Ice Cube there. You got so many freaking, all the attention is on you. So the idea that Carr wouldn't be nervous or anybody else that's on the team, look, you got to give him a little bit of wiggle room in that.
Sure.
And so he came out firing early, and he was always firing to Darren Waller because he's comfortable with Darren. And so he was going to Darren a lot. But now that said, while Carr struggled and focused on Darren early, apparently that was a Gruden thing too. It wasn't just Carr going okay, high school football, he's my best player, I'm just going to throw that guy.
Right.
And hopefully he bails me out and catches the ball every time I throw to him. Apparently Gruden was calling these things in, and when you listen to John describe the reason why, I thought it was pretty fair.
We threw it 60 times probably, you know, and if you threw it 60 times, you know, you'd probably target him 29 times. So I thought he mishandled a ball or two uncharacteristically. He had a penalty called back, a big catch and run. He's the best player I've ever coached, so I'm going to continue to look for him. And sorry about that, Vic, but, you know, he's a hell of a player. He deserves some good looks.
I love that, man. Speaking of beat writers, right?
Was that guy's name Richard, or did he just call some guy a dick?
He said Vic.
Sorry, Dick. Oh, did he say Vic?
Vic Tafer.
Oh, same.
Yes, you did.
Got him.
Yes, you did.
Got him.
Oh, my gosh. Don't take a run at the Raiders if you're going to cover them. I'm just saying. All right.
Yeah.
So, you're right. Like, why would you not?
Yeah.
Look, this we've said it numerous times. This offense is going to funnel through Darren Waller. He's the number one offensive player, the number one target for Derek Carr. It's going to be that way.
Yeah.
Now, granted, it's fair to be critical of what happened early on the first part of second quarter, but like the idea that like I don't think he was focusing on Waller out of nerves. I think that was what the game plan was calling for.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. One, yes, Darren Waller's Derek Carr's best option, hands down, no question. But you know what? Hitting him early, that freed up Brian Edwards, and that freed up Hunter Renfrow, and it freed up Henry Ruggs and Zay Jones and all that stuff. Because when you got this guy that's being targeted 20 times in the first half, you're like, okay, well, we need to maybe put another man on this guy. You know what I mean? And so then we're able to spread the love a little bit. And yeah, I mean, I think that's a good game plan. Why not?
Absolutely. That's a great shout out there, Swaggo. Good job. And all right, so let's get in with Derek, with our said quarterback, who I hope shut up some more haters last night or 2 nights ago. We talk a lot in reference to that. Like, it's easy to be critical and it's easy to be a hater or whatever you want to call it. But as long as certain results aren't favorable, it gives credence to those, negative comments. So hopefully Derek, checked off. Look, last year we talked about, he checked off a lot of boxes, right? Mm-hmm. Winning in the East time zone, winning in cold weather, winning in Kansas City. Like, he started checking off some boxes. Now we got another Monday night win, prime time against, look, it's kind of like in the AFC, it's the Chiefs and everyone else. But if in terms of the upper tiered everyone else, it was the Ravens.
Sure.
And I don't care how injured they were. You can only play who you're going to play. And we freaking beat them.
Yeah.
And Hollywood Brown is still there. Lamar Jackson is still there. Their line is still there for the most part. Like, They still have players. So let's not act, Mark Andrews is still there. What happened to Mark Andrews? But how many times have we got beat up by tight end?
Exactly. He had 20 yards reception or receiving or something like that?
Come on, man.
Yeah. And caught that pass that was going to be a first down, and freaking Abram came in and wrapped him up and dropped the ball.
Let's go,
dude.
Yeah, that's what
absolutely.
Come on, man.
Respect to Jonathan Abram.
Respect, dude.
Dude,
game, man.
The guy had a great, solid game, man, and forced that incomplete pass right there at the end. And what happens the next play? Carl Nassib sacks freaking, and it's over.
It's over. Ball game.
Ball game.
Absolutely. And, we talked so much about this young secondary and how they needed to step up and play well. And, whatever. I'm telling you, we can just go on and on and on. It was an absolutely incredible effort. That secondary, when you barely hear Hollywood Brown's name, when you barely hear Mark Andrews' name,
right?
Guess what? People are doing their job.
Absolutely.
No pass interferences, nothing down deep. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like all the crap.
Yeah, we didn't get burned really on anything. Obviously a guy like Lamar is going to make time and receivers are going to get open. It's just what he does, man. And, and he does a great job at it. But we didn't see Nevin Lawson get burned down the sideline or something like that. Or, Abram miss a coverage or something like that. Man, that defense was stout.
Absolutely.
It was awesome.
And, like Murphy brought up, or Jeff Murphy, our buddy Domenico's brought up earlier today too, another point that he made is that because we were complimenting Max and complimenting the defense and the pressure, and he's like, if that's not Lamar Jackson, we got 6 sacks in the game.
Oh, no kidding.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how many freaking plays with that escapability and that elusiveness that he's elite at, frankly.
Yes.
Dude, if that's and this is what I said a couple weeks ago, or it might even be last week. whatever we do in this game was going to be a nice indicator, defensively, especially in the front four, was going to be a nice indicator of what we could do to Mahomes. Because if we could pressure Lamar, who is elite, somebody like Patrick, who he's good out of the pocket in terms of like his feet and stuff, but he's not Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson is Michael Vick 2.0.
Right.
Like he's not that level of escapability, right? So if we're talking about that, if we can generate the kind of pressure on Patrick that we did Lamar 2 nights ago,
yes,
bro, we're going to sack his ass a whole bunch, man.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, and who we got next week? The big ass,
biggest, slowest sumbitch in the league.
Big potato Ben Roethlisberger. You know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, his ass is going to be on his back a lot.
Absolutely.
A lot.
Yeah. Dude, we're going to, and that's the thing. And we're going to talk about the next game, but like, we got to finish because that's the thing about him is that he's elusive in a completely different way because he's so big and he's so strong and like he'll shred tacklers.
He's fat of the week.
Fat. You mean, where do I have it? Here we go.
Fat of the
Congrats, Big Ben.
You look like melted ice cream.
Ugh, I can actually hear you getting fatter.
Says he's fat.
Who's fat?
Too fat. Big fat fatty.
Yeah, I mean, he's got burger in his name. You know what I mean? You big fat fatty.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So, anyways, we got to beat him in a whole different kind of way. Maybe drop some fries on the sideline or something and distract him. Okay. Yeah. All right. So here we go. Let's go full circle. I don't know what that means.
I don't know why it tickled me. That was pretty funny.
Oh, thanks. All right. So here we go. So let's get back on track and let's talk about. Let's go back to Derek Carr, our said quarterback, and what he had to say about that last series.
Not really thinking about the clock. I thought they had it figured out on the sideline, and then I don't know what happened. I turned my back, and I was just praying we made it, And I turned around, it was a delay of game. And I was like, okay, well, he can still make this. And they're like, get back out there. I hear in my headset, coach calling a personnel, so I start running back out there, and help me. It was the very next. Was it the next play? Very next play, yeah. That we threw it to Zay, or no, 2 plays. We ran a ball. No, we ran a ball and then we threw it to Zay. But I'm glad coach trusted us and put it in our hands at the end because it always feels good to win that way, especially when you almost gave it away.
Man, so true, right? And look, and Derek Carr was elite in this game. Derek Carr throws for 435 yards. That's the most ever in a Raiders opening, topping the 346 that Mark Wilson, then quarterback for the Raiders, threw against Denver in 1986.
Wow.
That's the most. So another record for Derek Carr.
Right.
Going back to Darren Waller a little bit, just to throw off some numbers here for you on both sides of the ball. Darren Waller's last 6 games, listen to this.
It's so good.
So last night, he has 10 catches for 105 yards and a touchdown.
Right.
Game before that, 9 catches, 117 and a touch. Game before that, 5 catches, 112 yards. Before that, 9 for 150 and a touchdown. Before that, 7 catches for 75 yards. And the first of
and
these
the
6.
Jets game.
13 catches, 200 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, let's go.
Bro, let's freaking go, man.
Let's go, man.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. The best tight end in football. Just ask Hefe and KC. He'll tell you. He'll tell you.
It definitely ain't Hunter Henry.
Definitely ain't no Hunter Henry. You'll throw hands for that.
Throw hands for
You'll
that.
throw
Tell
hands
me
for
about
that. You almost did.
You stay in your own lane.
Stay in your lane, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh my god.
All right. Hey, another little fun thing since we're on the stats thing. Let me give you one more number here.
Okay.
15.3.
15.3.
Yes, that is the millions and millions of viewers that watched Monday Night Football. Monday Night Football's most watched Week 1 game since 2013. That is up 42% and 17% from ESPN's 2020 and 2019 Week 1 early game.
No
Check
kidding.
that out.
Wow.
The Raiders draw, buddy.
Yeah,
man.
man.
They definitely draw, and that is awesome news, man. Of course,
absolutely.
We know Raider Nation is global. We had so many messages from our good friends overseas talking about they're staying up late to watch the game because look, 8:15 Vegas or whatever. No, it's not 8:15 Vegas time. It was what 6:15 Vegas time.
Sure,
is what in like London time.
Well, it's like what? It's
like winter.
It's like the next pretty much. It's like the next morning, right?
I think so, man.
Yeah, because Paul watches this. He sips on coffee and does that, right?
I believe so. Tell us, Paul, what time that game started, your local
Paul.
time, because we don't do math. We love numbers, but we don't do math.
Yeah.
All right, so as we've talked about numerous times, the Raiders had to win the game twice. Let's check in with our amazing running back. All right, listen. Talk about gritty, gutty performance.
Yes.
Josh Jacobs brought it, dude.
Yeah, hurt the entire game. Comes in, has to change his cleats to put on, the turf toe cleat or whatever it was that it's steel plated or whatever it is. And goes and gets a pair of scores. Do you see that block that he made?
Oh!
I mean, Carr ends up getting sacked on the play because it was an all-out blitz. But that dude come in and he just
Jacobs'
lowered
pickup
his
on that
friggin'
was
shoulder.
insane.
It was beautiful. It was so
badass,
good,
dude.
man. Yeah, he's awesome, man.
He's so awesome.
Everyone says he's like mini Derrick Henry.
That's exactly right.
The guy's
Yes.
got power. The guy's got power, and he can. It's like.
But he's got more wiggle.
He's got
than
more
Derrick
wiggle.
Henry. Yeah.
Have you ever played? Have you ever played Mario Kart?
Well, yeah.
Okay,
Not like a lot, but
okay.
like,
Derrick Henry's like Bowser, where it's like slow and he like can't, once you pick up speed, he's one of the fastest, but it just takes him a while to get there, and he doesn't handle very well. Where I don't know what you would call.
Call Mario or something?
I mean, I guess. I don't know.
You should have thought that analogy through better.
Yeah, I don't know, but he's quicker.
This is the kind of hard-hitting analysis you come to Raiders Fan Radio for.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Josh Jacobs
like
is the Mario of our team. Even more than Mariota, and he's got Mario in his name.
Oh man! So who's the mushroom?
I don't know. How'd you take away my something completely different?
Yeah, you do. You know who it is. All right, so let's check in with Mario on the winning the game twice.
And we was all kind of like celebrating, shaking other teams' hands and things like that. But they had a lot of respect for us. I mean, in that moment, they was telling us like, y'all got a good team offensively and defensively. And they was like, man, y'all kind of deserve this game. So when we heard that it wasn't a touchdown, we was like, how this is going to go? They got 8 on the other side, so we never knew how it was going to turn out, but we put it off.
All right, love it there. Love the comments from Josh Jacobs, man. And yeah, what an amazingly tough performance from that young man, and so thankful to have him in silver and black. And much respect too for Kenyon Drake, man, for the way that he stepped in and stepped up. And gosh, this Raiders offense, man, is just dynamic and so much fun to watch. So many playmakers. All right, jumping to the other side of the ball. One of our favorite analysts. This is why I don't try to pretend to be an analyst. Is because there are plenty of people that do it for a living. Plenty of people that are former players and scouts and whatnot that actually do it and do an incredible job instead of me sitting there thumbing through on freaking Twitter or whatever else trying to figure out what different players are doing. Let's check in with Brian Baldinger, NFL Network analyst, former longtime player in the league, and he does a thing on Twitter called Baldy's Breakdowns, and we featured a lot of these last year.
Yeah,
this is really
Baldy,
cool.
Man.
I will tell you this: if you're listening to this to the audio podcast, and even those of you on the video podcast, we are only able to feature the audio of this, which is still amazing content. But if you can watch it as Baldinger is doing this on Twitter, it's even better. So if you hear it here and you're not familiar with it, go check out Brian Baldinger on Twitter and listen to him break down the film and the passion of this guy is always what sets it off. Let's listen to him break down what Max Crosby did in this game.
His name is Max Crosby, and he's a Raider. He
Damn
defines
right.
what a Raider is all about. Like here he is turning the corner on Ronnie Stanley, runs right into Yannick Ngakoue. But he's more than a Raider. He's a condor. And condors, they don't stay on the ground. They fly. They look for some kind of a prey. They're predators. Down goes the MVP. Now, you watch him right here. Why, he's been working all off season. Working to get better. The old ghost move right here. The dip and the rip and the sack. The first one. Look at that. Throws the MVP to the ground. Get up, Mad Max. Have a little celebration. If you're a Raider fan and you're not following Max Crosby, what are you thinking about? What's Gus Bradley doing here? He's got the overload. The Ravens got number 13, Devin Duvernay. Going to give the chip block. You really want to chip Mad Max? Look, he's just looking for an opening. He's just looking for some space. Now watch what he does here. Look at how the Condors eat. They just swallow up their prey. They don't just swallow them up, though. Look what he's got here. He's got him in a reverse chokehold. A reverse chokehold. Is this Monday Night Football or Monday Night Raw?
He sounds like an announcer for Raw.
What a feeling that is. That's an unbelievable feeling. Now, watch this. He avoids the trap block. Condors don't get trapped. They avoid it. And then they just put out the wings, the legs, and the arms. Down goes Lamar. Spot it, Mad Max.
Down goes Lamar.
This is the guy you can cheer for. Fourth quarter. First down. Can you stone the right tackle? Stone him. Hold your ground. Keep your feet in the ground. Strength. Take down Latavius Murray. Look at this one. Here it comes. The reverse. Look at this. The reverse chokehold. And the pin. The pin. Don't let him up. Don't let him breathe. The comeback. Call it a comeback. It's coming. You got Ngakoue on one side. Mad Max on the other side. Let's go. Let's get after the MVP. 3rd and 6. Watch it. The spin. The spin. The Condor's spinning. Ngakoue's getting the ball.
You know, I'm not going to say that that Max Crosby is the second coming of Khalil Mack. I'm not going to say that.
No, don't.
But what I'm going to say is that Max Crosby is like Khalil Mack. He's a game closer.
Amen, dude.
You know, he's put in work. He's done his time in the offseason, and he has gotten so much better. You know, last year, he had his injury and all that stuff, so he healed himself up, got right, got sober. You know, respect to him for that.
Amen, dude.
But, you know, this guy, I mean, and you see it on Monday night, this guy will close a game for you and will come in clutch for you. And, you know, and respect to Gus Bradley for putting him in those positions to be able to do that. And if it's not him, it's Carl Nassib, it's KJ Wright, it's Yannick Ngakoue, it's all those kind of people. But, I mean, how do you not love Max? How does everyone in this chat room not have a number 98 jersey hanging in their closet? I mean, this guy's the real deal.
Absolutely, and he's all in, and from everything from the Raider tattoo to everything that he is committed to excellence. He is committed to this football team, and I'm with you, dude. That idea that we haven't had a closer on defense, and you're right. It's no, you're not comparing him to Mac, but the idea of having somebody that can close a game, that has been missing since Khalil Mack has been gone. That's an incredibly fair point, Jeff, and I think a very, very good one. All right, let's we're gonna keep on this, but let's hit a break, catch a breath, and then we're gonna jump into some of the media response.
Let me pick the one.
Okay.
What's up, Raider Nation? It's your boy Will Compton. You're listening to Raiders Fan Radio with my boys Murf, Swaggy Jeff, and Uncle Mosh. Tune in because they fucking put out a banger podcast.
Patrick Claybomb with NFL Network here. Hey folks, I know 3 things you might like. Do you like football? Do you like the Las Vegas Raiders? Do you like listening to things? I'll add a 4th. Do you like swag? Well, here we got Swag Jeff, Murf, Uncle Mosh. This is Raiders Fan Radio.
Hey Raider Nation, this is Max Crosby from the Oakland Raiders.
And goes down, and Max Crosby, who forced a fumble last week.
You're listening to Murf, Mosh, and Swag Jeff on Raiders Fan Radio. Thank you so much. Just win, baby.
I have to say, it's easy to get caught up in the emotions. I think that was the biggest Raider win in 5 years. I really do. Now, I know they beat the Chiefs last year.
Big 5.
But this was at home. This is Monday Night Football. Everyone's oohing and eyeing over Peyton and Eli, and they won. And the vibe was so cool. You know, we asked the question yesterday, is this thing going to work? Does anybody care about the Las Vegas? I know they care about the Oakland Raiders. They really did. It was awesome. And Carr was not just BSing at the end when he said the fans were great and the fans were smart. And I have to tell you, if you didn't see the beginning of this game, you saw at SoFi Stadium the other night, and they bring out Michael Buffer, and it's very LA, and it's let's get ready to you-know-what. Vegas said, I will see your Michael, and I will do this Vegas style and raise you Bruce. This was awesome. It was time. It was time to open that place, and it was time to win, and it wasn't just shrimp and Buffer and bottle service. The football was good, and they won in overtime. It wasn't time. It was overtime, and they won. Awesome night.
All right, there's our good buddy Kyle Brandt from Good Morning Football, and that's a great point, man. And you know, the only thing that I take away from that, yes, it was the biggest Raider win in a long time. I would say going back to the Thursday night game in Kansas City when Derek Carr hits Michael Crabtree in the front corner of the end zone, the Raiders win. But that wasn't a great year for us. This comes on week 1. This is very similar. We were in Vegas last year. We weren't at the game, clearly, because nobody was. But we were in Vegas at the Raider watch party with Raider Cody and saw the Raiders beat the Saints on Monday Night Football to start off the season. It felt similar to that. But this was a different vibe. This was still, even because everybody being there and everything that's riding on this, I'm with Kyle. This was the biggest Raider win in a long time because now we have a runway of 16 more games to see where we end up. When the Raiders beat the Chiefs on that night, it wasn't like that was like to clinch the division or like to win a playoff spot. It wasn't anything like that.
Right.
There wasn't anything like consequential riding on the line other than we hate the freaking Chiefs. So I think that the idea of like what this meant and the excitement that happened around this game with the now potential going forward for 16 more games, that's what carries so much weight to me. What say you?
Yeah, I totally agree with you. And it's just, it hits different. Your first win in your brand new stadium. And getting the crowd fired up and getting the nation fired up. But I mean, we're good. We're good. I didn't see a whole lot during the game that. I was like, man, we really need to work on that.
That first quarter was a little sketchy, but
first quarter was a little rough. But
defense looked good in the first quarter.
Defense looked great. And, yes, we allowed 27 points, but the defense was stout. The defense held when it needed to hold. How excited are you to see KJ Wright coming in and making an immediate impact
so awesome.
And stuff like that? But, yeah, I totally agree. That was a huge win, and, and it just gets everyone fired up for what's to come this season.
Absolutely. And, when it's 14-0, because Mosh got here a little bit late, and he was like, what'd I miss? And I'm like, it's awful.
Not much.
It's 14-0, and the Raiders are going the way the Raiders go. And I'm like, my saying that I use all the time, thank you, Raiders, for relieving me of the burden of expectation. I'm like, really? Like week 1 in the first half, you're already relieving me of the burden of expectation? Are we really going to get punked by the Ravens in our own crib after Bruce Buffer and all that stuff? But no, they fought back, they rallied back, and had an incredible effort and energy that closed that game out. It was absolutely amazing. And so, despite the struggles early on, we mentioned about Derek Carr and Darren Waller and the frequent targets. We also saw a lot of good come from that. And so we're going to stick with Good Morning Football for a minute. Since, sadly, Nate Burleson has departed. He's got the new gig on the CBS Morning Show, which is great for him, and congratulations to him on that. But I miss him on Good Morning Football. He was like, he's one of the 4, right?
Yes.
And so we miss him. So they're rotating people through. Anyways, so they're rotating through this week Thomas Davis, former linebacker for the Carolina Panthers. And this is what he had to say about Derek Carr and his frequent targets to Darren Waller.
So Derek Carr in the first half, he was trying to force the ball to Darren Waller. We know that it was his birthday. We know that he was playing against his old team. So he was trying to give him a gift. But once he settled down and he started utilizing Hunter Renfrow, he started utilizing Brian Edwards, he started getting the ball to guys like Henry Ruggs, that's when you see his numbers start to grow. That's when you see this Raiders offense start to flourish behind Derek Carr. And he got comfortable, and they allowed him to get comfortable, and that's the real reason why they were able to come away with this win.
All right, there you go, Swagger. What do you think?
I totally agree. We said it before. You force feed the ball to Darren Waller, but that sucked in the first quarter because they were all over him. But it freed up some other folks to make the epic comeback.
Absolutely. So good stuff there from Thomas Davis. All right, so one last thing. One more Good Morning Football audio bite here, and this I thought was very good. So. One of the things that I feel like I say that a lot tonight, but like it's all this stuff starts to come to fruition when you start closing out like actually results, right?
Sure.
Frequently we've discussed the idea that Mayock and Gruden are charged with building and coaching the best football team they possibly can, and that it doesn't matter to us how they choose to build it, whether you build it. Yes, ideally, you want every draft pick to hit. Yes, you want your free agent signings to pay out. Yes, you don't want Antonio Brown to freeze his feet, hate his helmet, and run away and yell at grandma for, not being a Raider, whatever.
Right.
You don't want those things to happen, but they do. So what do you do in response to that? And what ultimately is the result? And so you can be critical along the way, and knowing that The Raiders are going to miss more than they hit. Every team does. But when you miss more than you hit and you lose, all you do is give credibility to everybody that talks shit about the team nonstop, right?
Right.
So anybody that has a criticism for the team, whether you're a hater beat writer, whether you're just a fan of the team, whether you're a fan of another team, whether you're national media, whatever it may be, you're allowing credibility to those opinions. And it's really easy because you're going to be right more than you're going to be wrong because only one team wins the Super Bowl every year. So I think this is really good for the Raiders to have successful results because then media starts to flip. Media starts to turn. And even a show like Good Morning Football, who historically has been pretty kind to the Raiders,
sure,
they've had their runs at the Raiders over recent history. But now look, with one win, you start to hear the narrative change a little bit and turn a little bit and fairly. So I want to give respect to Kyle Brandt one more time. And let's listen to his point here. And this is a very salient point that I hope resonates with all of you out there in the chat and everywhere else that listens to this show. This is, look, credit where credit is due.
One of the jokes last night was that before the game, it was announced that Cleveland Furrow was a healthy scratch. This is the number 4 overall pick in the draft, and they just said, we're good tonight. You don't need to dress. We don't need you. And that's embarrassing as hell for him. It's embarrassing as hell for the Raiders. Like that, I can't think of a time that would ever happen, a healthy scratch, a number 4 pick. And they take a lot of heat, and they still take heat for the Khalil Mack thing and how it shook out. I have to say, there's a lot of Gruden Mayock guys who made big plays last night, who they drafted, who they brought in. We've talked about Max Crosby. They drafted Max Crosby. 2 sacks. Hunter Renfrow made plays all over the field. Josh Jacobs. These are guys making plays. And so I've given them heat for it. They take tons of heat for it. But Carl Nassib is a guy they decided to sign, and he makes the biggest play in the end of the game. Guys like Denzel Perryman and Corey Littleton, 10 tackles apiece.
Come on.
Zay Jones is a guy playing on a 1-year contract who people gave up on, who they didn't want anymore. And you know what? When you win on Monday night with players that you signed and drafted, you should get some respect. You should get your flowers. No one wanted them. And Mayock and Gruden said, let's try Zay Jones. Let's try him again. And they stuck with number 4, by the way.
It also takes courage to not dress a Cleve Farrell. It's very easy to say, oh, he's our 4th overall pick. We're going to dress him. That's why I like not dressing him. Everyone says, oh, what a terrible pick. How about, let's say, you know what? We know he's not the best player for the moment right now. We're going to go with someone else. That's on him. I kind of respect that, too.
It's not hard-headed and say, whatever, put him out there. We got to win this game tonight, and we don't think Cleve's one of our best 53, so sit him down. They did everything right last night. And, Kay, I respect you started the show by saying, okay, we've had some Raiders parties before, and I've said it too.
I'm trying to protect my heart.
I understand, especially in Vegas. They do play Pittsburgh next week.
Yeah.
It might be ugly. I don't know. You have to do it again. That was a great party. They deserve everything with no second guessing this morning. Next week, please let us do it again. Please don't get destroyed by Pittsburgh.
Yeah, please don't let us get destroyed by Pittsburgh.
No kidding.
And, you know, Silver and Blacksmith in the chat says, Kyle talked crap about the Raiders a few days before this. Don't buy it. He says that. I gave him heat. Like, Kyle owns his opinion on that, and this is exactly what my point is. You'll hear the media narrative change the more the Raiders win. Like, it's so important for us to do that this year, don't you think?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Let's shut everybody up.
Shut them up.
Just shut them up. You know, I mean, that was our narrative last year with Derek Carr. Just shut us up. Let us stop complaining about you. And he did that. And so now this year as the team, let's shut everyone else up. Let's play ball. Let's play Raider football, and let's go get the 4th trophy.
Amen, dude. Let's freaking go, dude. All right, hey, shout out the chat real quick. And I got one more soundbite to get it to before we jump into some Raiders and pop culture.
Yeah, absolutely. Aaron the Q-Dog Raider, Jeffrey Aregulo, Storm.
Arguello, I'm going to guess.
So, yeah. There you go. Coach Davis. What's up, buddy?
What up, Coach Davis?
Yeah, man. Raiders, Gears, and Thread. Kiljaedis, Aaron the Q-Dog Raider. Dick Vitale. Is in there.
Coach Vital is joining us live in there? Oh, baby! Dippadoo, Diaperoo, let's go, baby!
Tyrone Graves is in there. Matthew Mangus, Aussie Ritter, Aaron Silver, and Blacksmith is in there. Who else we got in there? Paul is in there.
Paul?
Yeah, man. Yeah, absolutely.
Paul said earlier that it was 1:15 start kickoff. For them, 1:15 a.m. for them there in the UK.
Yeah, no kidding. He's drinking coffee when he's watching that.
Heck yeah, he is.
Jeez,
he got a big old, he got a Mosh caliber nap in there.
Yeah, no kidding.
All right, so one more to get to. So let's, we're going to close this out by hearing from Coach Gruden.
Okay.
Yeah, Coach.
Okay.
Coach.
But before we do that,
oh yeah, please.
What was your, I want to ask you. You ask me questions all the time.
Yeah.
What was your favorite moment of the game? What's something that stands out to you and just fires you up?
Well, there's a handful.
Okay.
I would say though that going from the play prior where they lost the kicker, where Daniel Carlson disappeared into the abyss of the kicking net.
Yes.
And they couldn't find him. And then the Raiders had to return where it was like, this is how we're going to lose. Like, this is how we're going to do this, Raiders. Like, it was like, there's so many moments in the game where, you know, I'm not using this term lightly or making light of the condition, but like I have PTSD as a freaking Raider fan. Like I've seen this before. I've seen us lose these freaking, you know, these horrifically, you know, controversial plays, these poorly executed plays, these like, you know, dumb penalties. Like we lost our kicker, so we're going to lose. Like, but to go from that to then the hard work and experience that has gone on from a few off seasons now of Derek Carr and Zay Jones, to where Derek referenced the idea that when Derek wants to throw at 6 a.m., Zay's the first one there to show up.
Exactly.
They've been putting in the work, and they are so well coached and educated on what to look for in terms of a defense that he was able to look at Zay and go, if we get this look, I'm coming to you. And sure enough, the last play of the game, when Baltimore is bunched up there at the line of scrimmage, looking for a run play for the Raiders to square it up for Daniel Carlson to kick a field goal, what happens? Freaking Zay Jones squirts loose, and Derek like floats the biggest lob ball in the world up there.
Oh my gosh, he almost hit the top of Allegiant Stadium.
And freaking Zay Jones just jogs up underneath it, catches it, and
Marlon Humphrey just stopped.
It was
see that?
Because he knew
was
it.
Like,
it was
he
ball game.
Smoked me.
And then freaking Zay Jones teardropping it into the end zone. Like, dude, that just how that could not like culminate.
Yes.
That being that last play. So that absolutely is what jumped out to me. How about you? What'd you see?
Yeah. So, I mean, there was a couple for me as well. You know, it's so cool to see us win one in the same situation where in years past we lose those games. You know, we have a stupid turnover or something right that at the end, or something wonky happens, like a football bounces off someone's helmet and gets intercepted in the end zone.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I think every one of us watched that and said, "Oh my gosh, this is how we're going to lose this stupid game." You know, but you know, my huge takeaway is the defense. You know, I mean, yes, was Derek Carr probably what, you know, I don't know who you would call the MVP of the game. You know, I mean, Derek Carr throwing
Max Crosby.
And to me, it's between Max and Derek. You know, Derek right now has more passing yards than any quarterback in the league right now. You know, he was the week one guy. But for the defense to be able to seal it and to give the Raiders opportunities. So, you know, 2 turnovers that turn into 14 points, you know, Jonathan Abram coming up huge with a hit to knock the ball out, which the following play, Carl Nassib forces the fumble to get the ball back to win the game. I mean, it's defense, man. I loved every minute of it. You know, like I said earlier, KJ Wright coming in on a 4th and 1, tripping up the running back, and then we get the ball.
So
you know,
good.
I mean, it's so good, and you know, it's just
What did we score? 17 points in the fourth quarter? Something like that.
Dude.
And that doesn't happen without defense.
Absolutely
like
not.
That shows you like that whole narrative around like, well, Derek's never had a defense. And people be like, oh, you know what I mean? Like that was such a controversial like argument or whatever, if you want to lack of a better term, on social media. But again, gives accountability or gives credibility to people that provide the argument and be like, well, he needs to do this or he needs to do that.
Right.
No, this will show you.
Right.
You give him the ball back. You create turnovers. If you're plus in the turnover category, right? If you create turnovers for your offense, Derek will get the ball in the end zone.
Yes.
There you go. You just saw it. So
Yes.
I'm with you, dude.
It's all
Defense
those-
showing up like it's, hey, how about this? What a concept. Complimentary football.
Absolutely. Well, and you know, and I love this game because I think it shuts up the people that say, well, Derek Carr doesn't ever throw the deep ball. This offense doesn't throw the deep ball. That dude was bombing it down the field, hitting Waller, hitting Ruggs, hitting Edwards a couple times.
That deep one to Ruggs where he hit him on almost to the sideline on that freaking that deep post or whatever the heck that was.
Right there near the end of the game.
So
I
good,
thought he was
dude.
throwing it away.
Yes.
I thought he was throwing it away because the thing went so high in the air, and then just seeing Ruggs come under, I'm like, that's what we drafted that guy to do.
Yes.
And then hitting, Brian Edwards coming through clutch the last 37 seconds of the game, getting loose with a couple of those. Obviously Hunter Renfrow doing Hunter Renfrow things. Gosh, this
third down, he's automatic, dude.
Yeah, man.
So
good. You're right. I asked this question, but I have so many favorite moments of this game that we could do a whole 3-hour show and just talk about some of my favorite moments.
3-hour show.
3-hour show.
All right, man. That's awesome, man. So anyway,
let's hear from Coach.
Let's check in with John Gruden and find out what his final thoughts were on the Raiders winning the game.
I'll tell you what, man, this team gave 125%, not just 110%, 125% with the extra quarter. Derek Carr, field general, and I love the new hair, man. That's some good looking stuff right there. You can join me and Mark at the barber anytime. Max Crosby, dominating the opposing line. Darren Waller, unbelievable, man. I feel like we had to win this game twice. That's right, man. Game 1 of the season. Rory 2-0, man. That's what it's all about. Knock on wood if you're with me.
Hi, this is AJ Cole from the Las Vegas Raiders, and you're listening to Murf, Mosh, and Swag Jeff on Raiders Fan Radio. Just win, baby.
And Coach Davis beat me to the punch here in the chat, but talk about AJ Cole. That dude had a freaking
your best
game,
friend.
dude. Yeah, man. Yeah, he stands a whole 4.5 feet taller than me. And yeah, the dude balled out, man. What a game. He was punting it was amazing. He looked like Ray Guy out there. You know what I mean? It was awesome, dude.
Easy.
Oh yeah,
no,
man.
but I'm with you though. He looked amazing.
And he wears my number 6. That's my dude, man.
Well, yeah, and so talk a little bit about that. You stretch it while I look for a picture.
Oh, you're looking for a picture, yeah. So yeah, AJ Cole. I mean, the guy had I can't even remember what his longest punt was. It was
like a 60 some odd yarder in there, didn't he?
Some odd yard punt in there, man. Yeah, push those guys back. We were punting deep in our own territory, and he's pushing them back to where they're starting at the 25-30 yard line. The dude's absolutely legit. So while I'm stretching this, I'm going to talk about the chat. We're going to be talking about everyone that's in here, man. Lee B, Aaron the Q-Dog Raider, Big Easy, Kiljaedis, Storm is in there, Dick Vitale is in there.
Way to go, baby!
Yeah, ML is in there. Big Easy, I think I said that. Raider Gears and Threads is in there. Quentin Hood is in there. You found my picture. Good.
I found a picture. So for those of you that are on the YouTube, there's a picture of Swag Jeff and AJ Cole. Look at how much taller. AJ Cole's a big dude, man.
Yeah.
He's tall. Yeah. And
I could have rested my head right in his bosom right there. You see that? I was perfect height.
You were. I didn't get that picture, though.
Nah.
Well, I'm going to save that for an NFT.
That was a picture of me and Marcus Mariota doing that.
Yeah, you were.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, you were. All right. Jeez. All right, so another what do we call them? Segments. Another segment that we do around here.
Here at the top of the show.
At the top of the show. Well, actually, we got one more segment to get. I got 7 minutes to do this.
Yeah,
because Kevin the Raider Nerd is going to call in at 7:30. So we're going to hear from our buddy Kevin, and he's going to give us the rundown on what the fan experience was like. Of course, again, as I mentioned earlier, Kevin is the Raider Mandalorian, and he's going to talk about his game day experience there at Allegiant Stadium. But before we get to that, we're going to do a segment we call Raiders and Pop Culture. This is where folks send us, we get Raiders and Pop Culture submissions all the time.
Yes.
I will tell you this, when there's audio incorporated, those are the best ones. People send us I was watching this TV show and here's a Raider logo or here's a movie I was watching.
Sure.
Those are cool.
And this one's a good one.
This one's a good one. But so anytime that there's audio, definitely send us the audio versions of that stuff. But we want to feature those on the show. Things from different movies and whatnot is always good. But anyway, so here we want to give respect to former Raiderette and comedian Angela Johnson. So it's spelled A-N-J-E-L-A-H Johnson. You can find her on Instagram and everywhere else.
Yeah. I think she's married to, he's a Christian rapper, Lecrae, I think.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I think so. It's a Christian rapper. I don't know if it's Lecrae, but yeah, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Right on. Okay, I didn't know that. All right, so Angela Johnson. So this wasn't sent to us directly, but our good friend Michelle, who was Raiderette of the Year 2014, sister to our best buddy Jeff Murphy.
Yes.
She put this out on her Instagram because, of course, being a fellow Raiderette, she put a little snippet of this comedy act that Angela Johnson had. And dude, I died. This is hilarious.
So good.
This is so freaking good. So much respect to Angela Johnson. Check her out. Find her on Instagram. She's a really great comedian. And again, former Raiderette. And this is part of her act.
And everybody always says the Dallas Cowboys have the best cheerleaders in all the NFL. That they're so much better than the Raiderettes. I mean, that's true. The Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders could dance circles around the Raiderettes if they wanted to. But if we take it to the streets... Oh, hell no, this is a Raider. Shank, what? How you think we made the squad? That's blood in, blood out, homie.
How you think we made the squad?
I love it.
Oh, that's a cute outfit. I like your boots. Cat.
I love that.
That's so funny.
I cheered 1 year, then I had to get jumped out. It's a gang reference.
Oh my gosh, man. So good.
Funny, man.
All right, Swag Jeff, enough of us, more of you and less of us. Let's jump into the Sea of Fans mailbag.
There he is, fading, looking. He's under the gun. He's tied, he throws. It is.
All right, so thank you guys for tuning in. If you're tuning in, we've got 83 people in there watching right now. Hit the like button. And then when you're done with the video, leave a comment because that helps with our analytics with YouTube, and it makes us it's good. Do it. Just do it. So in the chat tonight, we got Matthew Mangus, Aussie Raider, Aaron, Kiljaedis, Shmucky the Raider Bear, Tyrone Graves, Aaron the Q-Dog Raider, Big Easy, Raider Gears and Threads, Paul from Shropshire, Mississippi, Lee B, Tyrone Graves, Ron the Mater Raider. Who else we got in there? Treslord is in there. We got a bunch of people. Kevin the Raider Nerd, who is about to call into the show. He will be joining us in just a moment as well. Juan Tiscarino is in there. Storm is in there, and we got Vinny pulling up. Vinny is one of the ones that doesn't get his ass beat for sitting in Uncle Mosh's chair.
That's right.
He just gets his ass beat for other reasons from Uncle Mosh. but yeah, so he is tuning in because Swag doesn't like reading the emails. I don't do the
Nah, you don't do the email. You get a swollen tongue at times.
Yeah, at times. I absolutely do. So Kevin said he's about to call.
All right, Kevin, give us a shout, Kevin, and then we'll jump into the emails. Oh, I guess I got to bring up the wood. Oh, man, that's my fault.
Bring it up.
Yeah,
Come on, Dad.
I know. Hey, Vinny. Hi, Vincent. Welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you.
Oh, here he go. He's calling, and I don't have the app up yet. Hold on, Kev.
Oh, come on.
I know. I'm slacking. Sorry, I had to go to the bathroom. All right. Do it again, Kevin. I'm going to hang up on him. Call it again, Kev, and then we'll jump in here from our good buddy Kevin the Raider Nerd. How are you, Vin?
I'm pretty good. I'm cold. It's cold in the fan cave.
What do you mean?
It's cold in here.
Oh, I like your new Just Win Baby shirt, man. That thing's
thank
legit,
you.
dude.
Thank you very much.
That's cool.
Sure
That's my youngest son, Vincent, here. Welcome, Vinny.
Thank you very much.
There's no applause because Swag Jeff isn't over there to hit the soundboard. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very
much.
much.
We're waiting for Kevin to call again. Tell Raider Nation who your favorite Raider is.
My favorite Raider is Madden.
John Madden,
Exactly,
man. I
John
love that.
Madden.
I love that answer. I've asked you that on the show numerous times.
So many times.
Just because I love that freaking answer.
You love it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Here's Kevin.
Best answer.
All right, here we go.
Call from Kevin Reitzel. To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Okay. All right. We're going to hit.
To accept, press 1.
All
to
right.
send a voicemail, press 2.
Press 1. There we go. Kevin the Raider Nerd.
Hello.
Kevin, can you hear me?
I can hear you. What's going on? What's up,
Kev? What's up, brother?
Hey.
Good to talk to you, man.
Good to hear from you. So we gave your intro a little while ago. We kind of told everybody, you were the Raider Mandalorian before the Mandalorian was the Mandalorian, back when people used to call you Raider Boba Fett. You've been a super fan for many, many years. You're from Southern California. You have grown up a Raider fan. And Kevin, you have a knack of attending some of the coolest Raider events, including the Monday night opener of Allegiant Stadium.
Yeah.
We got a chance to catch up with you and your buddy Dan, who was a Stormtrooper last year for the Raiders home opener. But you got a chance to go to the game this year. Tell us about what that experience was like.
Vegas was electric. It was awesome to be there prior to the game. We got a chance to meet Josh Jacobs at a charity food drive event on that Saturday. Got his pictures, got autographs with him. Went to a Sunday night watch party, met Bob Golick there. It was just great. It was like a Raider heaven in Las Vegas all weekend. And the game itself, just to sum it up, was just amazing. The energy there at the game, the energy outside waiting to get in, the tailgating, everything was just fantastic. And you could tell that Raider fans were just finally ready to have a place called their own and then be able to go in the front door and experience this together. And, the running of emotions through the game, especially towards the end and overtime, was just
Absolutely. So, Kev, this is your boy Swaggy J.
Swaggy!
Yeah, man. So, okay. So you've been to many games in Oakland, and now you've been to the game in Vegas. What's your thoughts on the difference between going to an Oakland Raiders game and a Las Vegas Raiders game, and will people be disappointed going to a Las Vegas game versus an Oakland game?
Not at all. I mean, Oakland has its own way about it, and it will be missed. The tailgating was just epic. And keep in mind, too, I've traveled to a lot of away games. I've even been to London to see the Raiders. And Raider fans travel, but when it comes to Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, you had the hardcore Raider fans there, just excited about being there and seeing their team. But it's the same excitement I saw in Oakland. It's the same excitement that I saw in London. It's the same excitement I see across the country to the other games that I've been to. The only slight difference, of course, is the tailgating, because the parking lots are kind of spread out. But it was interesting, too, because the tailgating parking lots, all of them that were part of this organized parking structure, they didn't open till 1 p.m., which is about 4 hours before the game started. And I kept telling people, I'm like, if this thing opened up at like 5 or 6 a.m., you would see Raider fans there at 5 or 6 a.m.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
But in 105-degree weather, tell yourself this. How dedicated are you to spend 105 degrees dry heat out there for like 7 or 8 hours? They started opening the doors to the stadium at 2 o'clock, about an hour after the parking lot closed. So ask yourself, unless you are prepared and you have that tent out there and you have it outside your car or your truck, SUV, what have you, and you have ways to keep cool, it was nice to be able to get into that stadium at 2 p.m. I'll tell you that right now, because keep in mind of what I wear to games.
No kidding.
Even though I had fans inside the helmet and another fan like underneath my neck to cool off, I was happy to get in that stadium. I'll be honest, I did not have a lot of tailgating experience because it was hot.
Oh my gosh! Well,
maybe
that
was done on purpose.
Well, after taking the stadium tour over this was back in June over the summer, I went through the Raider image there and I bought up a couple of bags of stuff, and then I spent like the next 30 minutes trying to find Will Compton's brick in all the different player bricks out front. And I never found it, but I'm not even joking. Like out there in that heat, like just holding a couple of bags of clothes, and I'm in relatively good shape. Like walking around out there, I'm not in Mandalorian armor for crying out loud. Bro, I got like lightheaded and like super like it's hot. Like Vegas is no joke, man, especially when you're out there in that. So I'm with you. It's kind of a relief that the thing opens up that early.
I think that there was probably some safety precautions put into the planning of this of not opening up the parking too soon. I would like to see them open up a little bit earlier, because if they're going to start letting people in an hour after the parking lots open, that doesn't leave a lot of room for tailgating if you're struggling with the heat. I can assume later in the football season when it starts to get cooler, maybe they'll open it up. But, for a lot of little kids out there that I saw kind of struggling in the heat, because I saw a lot of kids there with their families, I don't want to put kids through, 5 hours of direct heat like that. So it was nice that they did open up the stadium at 2:00, and the process of showing your vaccination, or if you had to be partially vaccinated, they had like a separate tent for that outside that you could go through and get a special wristband if you didn't have the Clear app going. It was nice to get right through there and get through security and get into that cool stadium.
Hey, Kevin, I got since you're such a Star Wars nerd, I got a Star Wars question for you.
You got it. What's up, Anuj?
What is the first planet that the Death Star destroyed?
Entirely, it was Alderaan, but they did do a nice little work on Jeddah. If you watched
Rogue One.
Rogue One.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
I love it. Or you could also say Baltimore as an answer too.
Oh, nice.
Absolutely, man. So you mentioned about the electricity in there and kind of the overall vibe. We kind of rhapsodized early on, Kevin, about how cool it was. Like the opening, like did I know you didn't watch the TV broadcast. Maybe you saw some of the videos after the fact. Was the energy inside the stadium, was it even closely captured by what we saw on TV?
Yeah. You didn't actually see all of it. It from what I've heard, there was definitely a big difference being there. I mean, it was just electric. It was amazing because looking around the stadium, I was glad to go in so early because I took my time. Even though I had some cheap seats up in section 444, I took my time walking around, the 100 seats, the 200 seats, and was checking out all the restaurants and everything. And of course, I kept getting stopped all the time for the picture opportunities, which is great because, that's one of the things I love about doing that and dressing up in the Mandalorian outfit. But it was great to see where everything was and walk around because I also did that stadium tour, and you got to go see stuff that normally you don't see. But as a fan, just walking around, you see stuff that you don't see in that stadium tour. And it was just electric with Gladys Knight there, doing the Star
that was
Spangled
so
Banner.
good. We hadn't mentioned that yet. Yeah, that was amazing.
Yeah, and then you had Ice Cube and Too Short for the halftime show. But I wanted to ask you guys, the loudness that I experienced of the crowd cheers and the team, especially the defense feeding off, did that translate there? Did they talk about that on the broadcast? Because it was loud.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, they definitely made reference to it a couple of times about the electricity in there and the volume, the decibel level of it. It wasn't like celebrated like when you watch a freaking Kansas City game or a Seahawks game or something like that. But they definitely made reference to it for sure. And I'd wondered that too. Like, we got to go through it before, but to hear it with like, full crowd, like with a full Raider crowd, especially in a game like that, with the amount of emotion that is invested in a game like that, like how much it would resonate. I don't think maybe it translated as well as maybe what you felt when you were in there.
The other thing that I want to mention that was great was that every single seat there was this kind of a collectible Raider flag that said Las Vegas Raider Nation over the silhouette outline of Nevada State, and then it said Raiders versus Ravens, September 13th, 2011, Allegiant Stadium. And then there was these little wrist kind of watch plastic things that they asked all the fans to put on that had all these different LED lights that would light up during the game.
Oh.
And I don't know how well that translated on television, but it was amazing to see that in person because it would see blue and red and white, and then you'd see these cool like a white on a red form or all this really cool stuff going on. And when the lights would come down in between the plays, they would do that. Did that also come across to you guys while you were watching it?
Not really. No, not at all. No, we didn't really see that at all. We saw a lot of the shots of the crowd and stuff, but no, nothing with LEDs or whatnot. Yeah.
Yeah, it was really cool. It added to the whole fan experience in there, and it was amazing, man. Especially, seeing the defense, you really saw were affected by the fans, and the fans were like another member of the Raiders. It was great. We felt that we made an impact, especially towards the end there at regulation, and of course during the overtime.
Oh, that's awesome, man. That is awesome, man. Well, Kevin, thank you so much for the recount. And are you going to get a chance to go to any more games this year? Do you have any plans to get back over there? Because you're not far. You're in Santa Barbara?
Yeah, I may do that, but I'm actually I'm looking at possibly going to the Monday night game in Los Angeles against the Chargers.
Oh, nice.
I think
at our second home.
Yeah, totally. I would love to help fill that, contribute to our second vacation home, as we call it, and black it out on Monday night. I think it would be great to prove not just to the locals there in LA that it's still Raider country, but to the world.
That's awesome, man. That is awesome. Well, Kevin, we can't thank you enough for the account of the fan experience down there, and we appreciate you, man, for holding it down for Raider Nation. We've always appreciated your fandom from the first day, which I guess has been like 6 or 7 years ago that we met when you were when you showed up at that the Raiders Titans game in your Mandalorian outfit, man, which is absolutely incredible. If you don't know who Kevin is, definitely seek him out on social media. And Kevin, tell everybody where they can find you, and also too, you're an incredible ambassador of Raider Nation. You're a great super fan, but also you host your own podcast network. So take a minute, man, and to plug anywhere that Raider Nation can find you.
Yeah, you can find me on the Fandom Podcast Network, our master feed for all of our podcasts. We've got about 10 or 12 up there serving Star Wars, Star Trek, Highlander, all kinds of fun stuff. And you can find us at fpnet.podbean.com. And, of course, you can find me on Facebook, Kevin Reitzel, and also on Twitter and Instagram at Spartan_Phoenix. Go Raiders!
Let's go!
Hey, and happy birthday, Kev.
Oh, absolutely. Happy birthday, Kevin.
Thank you guys so much, man. I'm on my birthday weekend high still off that Raiders win and just experiencing Raider Nation.
Oh, you got
in Vegas. So thank you guys. Appreciate what you do.
Thank you, man. Happy birthday. You got a great present from the Raiders.
Awesome. And Vanucci, good to you, man. Like John Madden pick. Go for it, bro.
Thank you very much.
Right on. Thank you, Kevin.
See ya.
All right, there he is, Kevin the Raider nerd, man.
Love that guy, man.
Good dude, man. He's the best. He's the best.
Yeah,
we became quick friends with Kevin, man, being that we're Raider junkies, but we're Star Wars junkies too, man. And so, we became fast friends with Kevin. All right, so here at the top of the show, we jump into the Sea of Fans mailbag, and we hear from the best of Raider Nation. More of you and less of us is a good thing.
Yes.
And you can contact our show a multitude of ways. So you can jump in the live chat, Jeff, where?
Yes, at youtube.com/RaidersFanRadio.
That's right. And like Michelle Sweat, Schmucky the Raider Bear, Lee B, Aussie Raider Aaron, the Big Easy, Trex Lord is in there, Chris Gang, Aaron the Q-Dog Raider. So many of our good friends are in the chat there. And you can do that anytime we go live, which is on Wednesdays at 4 p.m. Pacific and 7 p.m. Eastern. You can reach us by phone at 909-345-3346. That's 909-345-3346. And you can leave us a message. That's our voicemail line. It is open 24/7. Leave us a message, and if we play your message on the air 3 times, you become a made man or a made woman. And then the last thing, the incredibly innovative and creative address of show, that is SHOW at RaidersFanRadio.com. If you email us there, and we read your email an indefinite amount of there's an extra R in there for sure. If we read your email an indefinite amount of times, you can become a made man or a made woman that way. And at the times when our tongues swell up, like what happens to me and Swag Jeff at the end of the show,
well, yeah,
we invite my youngest son Vinny to come in and to pinch hit for us and to read the email. So Vincent.
Now, hey, I will say,
Okay.
I have proofread these. There are opportunities. There are opportunities for Vinny to have some potty mouth.
Oh, he will have potty mouth.
I mean, there's potty mouth opportunities.
There's potty mouth in there.
There is.
So one of the last times that you came, get into that microphone, buddy. Lift it up higher. So one of the last times that you came out and did the show, you read some naughty words there, buddy.
I did.
And you're not yet of the age where it's appropriate for you to spout off ugly.
I like it.
You do?
I gotta self-censor at least some of this.
Well, you got that deep voice going there. For anybody that's been watching or listening to this show long enough, you know that Vinny used to be very young when he would do this.
Yeah.
And now you're up here like Barry White over there in Uncle Mosh's chair. Yeah. All right. So, anyways, if something slips in there, you're not. Just know this: what do you call it? Amnesty? Yeah, amnesty. Right?
Yeah.
You can't get in trouble.
Yeah.
You're not going to get in trouble on Raiders Fan Radio. All right. So go ahead, son. What do you got?
All right. This is from Matthew Mangus.
Okay, Mangus.
Hello, RFR family. We did it. Our Raiders are 1-0 despite a terrible opening quarter from our offense. We pulled it off. The next team we face is the Pittsburgh Steelers and those god-awful terrible towels. At first, I thought this would be a cakewalk. Then I saw them completely shut down Buffalo Sunday and realized this isn't going to be easy. Here are 3 things that have to happen in order to become 2-0. 1, offensive line needs to be on point. Good is out for the year with an ACL, and that means it's up to the depth to fill his spot for the rest of the year. I really hope that they don't move Leatherwood to guard and put in his backup at tackle. But whatever happens, I trust Cable will have his men ready for Sunday. 2, the defense needs to bring it. Ladies and gentlemen, we finally have a defense. I thought I would never say it, but it's true. Our defense kept us in that game. They need an even better effort against the Steelers. They have some weapons on defense, but I believe that we have the right pieces on defense. 3, the offense needs to be better out the gate. The offense struggled to get on Monday outside of Mariota run. They couldn't get anything else done. They force-fed Waller, which almost led to turnovers, and they didn't get Ruggs and Edward involved until late in the game. If they were going to beat the Steelers, our offense needs to be clicking.
Amen.
That's all for this twin. Stay safe, Raider Nation. Yours truly, Matthew Mangus, proud made man, Gemini Man winner 2020, saltiest loser 2021, 3-time Sizzler Award winner. P.S. Seeing the Death Star covered in silver and black was amazing and brought the team to victory.
Amen. Good job, Matthew Mangus. So Matthew is he's the cleaner of the two because Daniel's the potty mouth.
They both got a potty mouth sometime.
Well, Matthew was nice there. That was good. So Vinny, you're set up
there
for
he
success
was.
there. Well, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, they cuss me all the time.
Well, yeah, but that's different.
I guess so.
All right, Vinny, who's next?
Let's see. This is the Silver and Black Nation. Greetings and salutations, the fine ladies and gentlemen of the Silver and Black Nation. Oh, sorry, Tyrone
Graves in our chat.
Man.
Awesome.
All right, a longtime listener and chat room participant wrote a few words out of inspiration from Monday night's victory. Respect to all the players who played a major part, pulling the W while stressing out my heart. Jacobs juked and jolted them. Drake left them in his wake. Marcus showed up early. Ruggs showed up late. Waller was a baller. Renfro kept our drives alive. Carlson broke his own record and kicked a 55. Lamar can be real speedy and an automatic flux, but when it's time... That was close. When it's time to grit stacks and stacks, just grab the levers, nose and dials and crank them all up to the max. The Death Star is a new location for the home of Raider Nation and a site for our rivals to witness firepower of this fully armed operational battle station.
Love it.
Here's some tips for the newbies to kind of help you not muck up. On defense, be a loud crowd. On offense, shut up.
Now, shut the F up, does it say?
It does, indeed.
Yes, okay.
Now raise your number ones high as we mean mug our haters. Then flip it to the middle finger as we shout out, Raiders!
Let's go! Nice job, Tyrone. I love it, man. If I'm not mistaken, Swaggo, is that the first time he's emailed us?
I believe so.
He's in our chat every week. That was a fantastic email.
It was.
That's definitely going to be on the short list in the running for Sizzler, which is what we award to the best emailer or phone caller of the week. Great job, Tyrone Graves. Good to hear from you. And Vinny, we got what, one more?
Yes, we do. And this one is from Paul.
Paul?
Evening, everybody. Hope you're safe and well. Where do I start after Monday night? There's a well-known saying, it's not about the winning, it's taking part that counts. Clearly, whoever said that is a grade A idiot or a Jets fan, How else you know the difference?
Oh, nice!
Oh, nice, Paul. Love it.
Oh man, it's always been a saying that I've hated, and the best response to it that I've seen is from Vince Lombardi. If it's not about the winning, then why do we keep score?
Come on.
Go ask a Ravens fan if they feel better because they took part despite losing.
Right?
The game was a great advertisement for the NFL and a timely reminder to check that your health insurance is up to date before every Raiders game. The human emotions aren't designed to go through so many highs and lows in such a short space of time. The Ravens are a tough nut to crack, and we had to work very hard for our reward. But we always knew we'd have to. Nothing comes easy against them, and it'll be much the same the next weekend. I scribbled a few things down on paper as I watched the game, so here's some brief observations I picked out from the win. The fans sound incredible. What a noise. Isn't it nice to see edge rushers? Jonathan Abram was a solid, aggressive, and disciplined. When Marcus Mariota picked up that 31-yard run, I think I heard Swaggo shouting from here in Shropshire.
Nice. I bet you did.
Yeah, you did.
It's a shame we couldn't use him It's a shame we couldn't use him again on short yardage plays. Injury, I believe.
Yeah, he got hurt early.
Yep. Once we found our rhythm, we were able to go toe-to-toe with him. A.J. Cole's punting was Shane
Leckler?
Leckler,
yep.
Was Shane Leckler quality. Max Crosby's an unrelenting beast, and I love him. When Lamar Jackson got home, I bet he checked under the bed to see if Max was there.
Nice!
That's good.
The toughest, most consistent, and reliable player we have is Hunter Renfrow, and I love him even more. Brian Edwards and Jay Jones were quiet for the most part.
Keep going.
Sorry,
Zay. That wasn't as bad as Elzado, so you're good.
Shut up. Q brought that up tonight in the chat.
Did he really? That was one of your epic ones there.
That was epic.
Yeah, Lyle Elzado. Yeah, okay. All right, Vinny, go ahead.
Zay Jones were quiet for the most part, but they did what they had to do when it mattered most. The two passes from DC to Brian Edwards inside the last 37 seconds of regulation were outstanding and set up the dead-eye Daniel Carlson perfectly. Carlson.
Daniel Carlson. There you go. You got it.
Took me 2 times.
Yeah. It's okay. You're good.
I forgot to breathe for what seemed like the last 5 minutes and nearly crapped myself when DC dropped back to pass at the end. What can I tell you? I'm an old-fashioned guy, and I was screaming for us to get the ball into the center of the harsh marks for a field goal. My MVP, though, is Coach Bradley.
Yes.
Simple system plus discipline plus players in their correct positions equals defense. Paul Gunther was given time to build his defense, and way too much of it. All he did was confuse the hell out of people. In 60 minutes, we've seen what can be achieved. This is going to be a good season, fellas. The division is tougher this year, but I think that will bring out the best in us. It was a fantastic win and a great way to start the season. Though it did take a long time to relax afterwards, the adrenaline was really flowing. So please, these guys going forward, any chance that we could beat somebody easily for a change. I know it's a radical thought, but it would be good every now and then if we could be 36-0 by halftime.
Yeah.
Hopefully this weekend at the Pittsburgh Squealers.
Nice.
I like my uncle Murf, who where I got my namesake from.
Mm-hmm.
He used to call him Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Yeah, the frozen block of urine.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Everywhere else around the league, who cares? It just doesn't matter.
It just doesn't matter.
Stay safe, our family. Love you, Raider Nation. All right, here we go. His Lordship, the Royal Scribe Paul Egerton, Shropshire, Mississippi. Polly Award winner 2019. Foggy Glasses Award winner 2020. BRT Sizzler scorekeeper. Proud maiden man. Five time
plus one.
Winner of the Raiders Fan Radio BRT Sizzler Award.
Hey, nice job, Paul.
Nice.
Paul.
Paul, your name Paul?
Hello. Paul.
I met him with Paul. Who? Paul.
Paul, yes, Paul.
Paul's not here. Hey, Paul. Paul.
Hi. I'm Paul.
All right, appreciate you, Paul, of course, for the epic email, and also Matthew and Tyrone. And thanks, Vinny.
Yeah, bud.
Thanks for jumping in, man.
On the show.
Absolutely. Always love to have you here on the show.
It's an honor to be here.
Well, thank you. Appreciate that, man. Hey, Raiders are 1-0, man. How much fun did we have watching the close of that game the other night?
Oh, it was so fun. I think, you took a video, right?
Yeah, I sure did. Yeah,
oh
it's
my
up on
gosh,
our
that was
social.
so cool. Yeah, if you haven't seen the video, it's all over our socials. It's their reaction to the final play of the game, sealing the win, and you see Vinny standing behind with a big old Raiders blanket on, and he's like covered up. He's like, all nervous and stuff like that. And they score the touchdown, and he throws the thing off, and it's a Josh Jacobs jersey underneath. I'm like, yeah! Get you fired up, man. I love it.
So good, man. So good. All right, so thank you, Vinny. Appreciate you, bud.
Of course.
All right. Let's go ahead and jump into the voicemails. And so, as I mentioned, if you call the show or if you email the show an indefinite amount of times, you can become a made man or a made woman.
Indefinitely.
I'm going to own that one.
Yeah, you are.
And you can become a made man or a made woman. And so that crew needs a captain. We call him the Capo. He is Aaron the Q-Dog Raider, and he always kicks off this segment.
Greetings, Don Merker, Sizzler Moss, on the boss, Sonny, or Sergeant on the Sizzler, Big Raider Trucker, Mojo from When the Universe Speaks, Ramon the Mean King, Swag Jeff, Ron the Raider Nation. Let's talk about your undefeated 2021 Las Vegas Raiders. Of course, Peyton Manning and his brother Eli debuted as the broadcasting duo on ESPN2 Monday Night Football. From the get-go, Peyton Manning did his best troll job. Immediately after the Raiders' very first play of the game, the Hall of Fame quarterback predicted that we would go 6-11 this season. Of course, our Raiders went on to win in exciting fashion in overtime, 33-27. Thoughts and prayers also go out to Denzel Good, who we lost to an ACL tear this season. So kudos also go out to Chucky with his multiple lives lived during the game, and he happened to coach the victory while he was at it. Waller had the most targets in a single game for the Raiders since old Mr. Raider Timmy Brown in 2000 or Jerry Rice in 2002 or Amari Cooper in 2017 for that matter, per NFL research. As, money's game would have it, the Raiders coach had some very candid commentary in support of Waller, praising the athletic tight end following a career night as the best football player I've ever coached. Now, to be fair, despite some questionable drops, when Darren Waller finally decided to consistently catch passes, the Raiders' offense seemed unstoppable. And how about Gus Bradley's defense, for that matter? Anyone miss number 99, Clee? Whatever. Last week, I put up a shut-up watch for several Raiders, Jonathan Abram, Corey Littleton, Damon Arnett, Zay Jones, Carl Nassib, A.J. Cole, Brian Edwards, everyone without red dip and tipped braids actually showed up for the win. Not only was the finish in regulation awesome, but the extra football period was thrilling as well. After exchanging turnovers to start overtime, the Raiders ripped the ball back, with a strip sack by Carl Nassib on a key third down play. Then a few plays later, of course, DC threw the game-winning 30, it doesn't even matter how long the pass. We won the game. So congratulations on the aforementioned Raiders for avoiding an early hit list. Silver linings. Salute to Mojo for being the RFR field correspondent, showing everybody how Raider Nation has to pull off a weekend in style. I mean, from the hotel to the parties, to the casinos, to the tailgate, inside Allegiant for the actual game itself, to overtime, to victory, to the after party. Salute, the hit list. Jim Rome for taking 12 minutes of his show to describe how the Raiders choked less than the undermanned Ravens. Mike Wilbon, insurrectionist, and as per usual, Mike Ditka. Did I make the time limit? Root.
Always make the time limit, and you don't have a time limit, Capo. You know that. You can always call back in with that second one. There is no Google Voice for you. Man, Capo, always bringing the heat.
My
Swag
gosh,
Jeff, man.
yes.
We always love to hear from the Capo. And I thought he, again, a very salient point, talking about giving respect to Mojo and that game day experience. We heard from Kevin and his game day experience. And, of course, our good buddy Mojo Raider, respect Lieutenant Commander Mojo down there from San Diego going over to Vegas, and him and his lovely wife Libby, and what they got to experience on game day, sending us the pictures and the videos and everything. So freaking very, very, very cool, and way to hold it down and represent their Mojo. All right, next up, let's go ahead and jump into some more of these calls. Swag, we hadn't heard from this guy in a hot minute.
Yeah.
This is a fellow 330 resident. You got Ron the Maiderator, who lives
next door neighbor over here.
Yeah, and now here we got Dave in the 330.
What's up, Murf, Mosh, Swaggy J, Nation? It's Dave out here in the 330, great state of Ohio. I know this is going to play after the Ravens games, but I wanted to get in my season prediction. And I'm like Frank Caliendo. I'm like, win, win,
Nice.
bye, win. No, for real though, 15-2. Because why not? I'm not an analyst. I don't know nothing. My draft prediction stuff, I just pick the players with the coolest names because that's what I want. But no, I don't see any reason why we can't win every freaking game. We proved it last year that we can. I mean, we could beat the best teams out there. We just aren't consistent. So we can. It's possible. Let's do it. I'd rather go the 17, but I'm going to go 15-2. Put my prediction way above everybody else's because I believe in these guys. We're going to get some things done. If not, whatever. I'll just be crying to myself at night. Like, oh, we suck again. But for now, I'm hyped on these guys. I think we got a good thing going out there in Vegas. Let's just do it. Put the wins together. One day at a time, one win at a time, one game at a time. And I'm not calling anybody out, but I miss hearing from B-Dog out in the pasture. So, B-Dog, if you're listening, I want to hear a call, baby. Let's go Raiders.
I love it, man. So, yeah, I mean, why not us, man?
Yeah, why not?
Why not? I mean, it's a fan. If you're as a fan, if you're gonna predict a freaking win total, why not pick 15-2?
Well, yeah,
I love it, Dave in the 330. Respect, man.
Yes,
much respect. And so I love it. I love it when our callers reference back other callers, especially ones we hadn't heard from in a while, and we hadn't heard from B-Dog in a past year in a hot minute, and so I had to go all the way back to B-Dog. This is from episode number 106. Now we're on 217.
That was the last time he called in?
That was the last, no, not the last time we called in, but one of the last times. It would think like 27.
Because I think he's called in one time since I've been here.
Yeah, so like 116, 117, I want to say was the last time he called in when I went through these earlier. But this was from, what did I just say, 107?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so this was an idea of why people miss B-Dog in a past year. Listen to this. This is awesome.
Hey, Mosh. Hey, Murf. First of all, I got to say, what a game yesterday. That was closer than I expected. It was probably the first game I enjoyed watching since the Browns game. All the players looked like they were having fun. Mari Cooper. And Sunday, the play, Lee Smith touchdown. That play was beautiful, man. Not only was it a perfect pass by Carr, but it was a perfect catch by Lee Smith. There's nothing better than just seeing your quarterback in the pocket at the 1 yard line, throw it to your tight end, and you see no defenders in sight. Also, to add on to that, every single one of the offensive linemen, all 5 of them, got a pancake block on that one play. It was amazing to watch. It was as beautiful as watching Jesus driving a monster truck through a flaming hoop of fire, I must say.
I love that. Jesus driving a monster truck through a flaming hoop of fire.
I love it.
I love B-Dog. Call us back, B-Dog. We'll get a message from him once in a while, but we haven't had him call on the show. Apparently my tongue swole up here in the last 10 minutes.
Yes.
All right, let's get to our next caller or callers. This is Daniel and Matthew Mangus, the twins, the made twins.
Yes.
We call them the main guy.
All right, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Bring it in tight. Nice and tight. Nice and tight. Bring it up. Bring it up. Bring it up. Bring it up. Hey, this is our team. This is our house. This is my family right here. My beta familia. We have waited a year. And it is finally here. We open the Death Star. Nobody's taking us away. Let's go. Fucking go. Let's go. Raiders on me. Raiders on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Raiders. Oh my gosh, love the passion.
Oh my gosh, it makes me want to run through a brick
Oh,
wall.
dude, they are fired up, the
Holy
Mangus twins, the main
cow.
guy. Look at it, fogging up my glasses. That was awesome.
That was, yeah.
Bring it, fellas. Love that intensity. All right, good stuff there from the Mangus. Okay, so that was pregame.
Okay.
Okay, now we heard from the Manguses, the main guy, again, postgame.
Check 1, 2, 1, 2. This thing on? All right. We're live, bravo. So, post-game thoughts. Post-game thoughts. We got a victory. What more can you say? What did Davis always say? Just win, baby. Just win, baby. Just win, baby. Yeah. My post-game thoughts. Very sluggish first half. If we want to, go where we want to go, We can't have sluggish first half, especially against the Steelers. Yes, the Steel Curtain scares me. Still. But Big Ben is old and washed up.
Come on.
Yeah, Big Ben's old and washed up. You heard it first. And as always, Raider Nation, this is Daniel Mangus and Matthew Mangus. You're tuned into Raiders Fan Radio.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Swag Dad and Master Channel. Go Raiders, baby.
Nice.
Love it. Much respect, fellas.
Nice. You know, that could be clipped and put on the soundboard. They cut a little promo right there at the end. A little audio break.
A little radio ID there for the
Yeah,
Mangus
man, I
twins,
like it.
man. That was
I like
awesome,
it.
man. Appreciate you, fellas.
And they cuss me in it, which is great.
Yeah, they don't like you.
No.
They don't like
and
you. They're Mosh fans.
Big Easy's in here saying, I can't wait to see the pay-per-view with Swaggy J versus the Man Guy.
Well, you know, there's like, okay, you have like Apple and you have Google, right?
Yeah.
You have like Ford and Chevy.
Yeah.
You have Coke and Pepsi.
Uh-huh.
Like people pick one side or the other.
What, Mosh and Swag?
Mosh and Swag, and they are Mosh guys.
Yeah.
They don't like you.
Yeah, you know, and you know what? That's okay. You know, I think a lot more people in the chat and the people that watch, they're OG Mosh guys. You know,
Mosh is look, he's yeah, man, he's a legend.
That's okay.
You're the up and comer.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with.
You got to earn your stripes, man.
Nothing wrong with silver. Nothing wrong with silver. You know, it's not like I'm finishing 13th. You know, it's silver. It's silver because it's silver and black.
Oh,
silver is one
nice.
of my favorite colors, man.
Well,
so yeah, I'm all about it.
Okay, all
I'm
right,
all about
all
it.
right. Much respect. All right, good
Yeah,
job.
yeah.
All right, let's go to our next caller and let's hear. This guy has been on it lately. He's
Raider Cody's in the chat and says Jeff is my favorite.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, you are.
How about that?
Yeah,
After
you
you
are,
talked
Cody.
smack about him earlier, and then now he's
When did I
coming.
talk smack about him?
You said you didn't like him or something.
Yeah, because.
What did you say? Well, hold on. I can't scroll up, but maybe I can find
I'm going to
it.
scroll up right
You
here.
said, never mind, Cody, you're dead to me, is what you said.
Well, yeah.
Why is Cody dead to you?
Because he said, oh, hey, Jeff, didn't see you there.
Oh, no, he didn't.
And right before that, I said, hey, Cody, thanks so much for tuning in. You're killing it, man. We love you. And he said, oh, hey, Jeff, didn't see you there. And I said, never mind, Cody, you're dead to me, you jackass.
I missed that. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I can't read the chat while we're doing the show, man. That's amazing.
Yeah, man.
Oh, Cody, you're the best,
Yeah,
dude.
no,
And
respect, bro.
Yeah, much respect to Cody. All right, and he is killing it.
My gosh, everyone in the chat right now, we all said at the same time, you got to hang out with the GOAT. That's pretty cool.
Oh my gosh,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's legit. And and the watch parties and the and the pregame and postgame shows, everything that Cody's doing, he's crushing it over there.
My gosh.
On his YouTube channel and of course his podcast and everything else that Cody does.
He's counting down the days where he can quit his real job and do this full
We're
time.
gonna pray for him that he hits that mark, man.
Yeah,
like that's the dream, right?
Yeah, he's the cream of the crop, man. He's
Absolutely.
the best. If you don't follow him, then there's something wrong with you.
Absolutely. Support what our good friend Raider Cody does,
Yes.
and of course Cody is not only a buddy of ours, but he's our partner in the One Nation Foundation.
Yeah,
and we appreciate
absolutely.
everything that he does to support that organization and everything that we do to be able to give to Raiders related charities. So thank you, Cody. Much respect, and I look forward to seeing you in a couple of weeks. I'm going to see Cody down there in Vegas, and I'm going to get a cool opportunity to co-host one of those watch parties with him. Or not the watch party, because I'll be at the game, but the pre- and post-game I will definitely be around for, and look forward to joining Cody there. So thank you, brother, for that. All right, let's get into some more of these calls. So a guy that's been calling the show every week now for like the last, I don't know, however many weeks. He's now a made man here on Raiders Fan Radio, and always a very entertaining phone call. Let's check in from the Chronicles of the Black Hole, our new friend, OG Daniel.
Hey, guys, this is OG Daniel from the Chronicles of the Black Hole. Everybody likes to talk about Raiders football and stuff, but see, I'm also into cooking. So I had this idea for a recipe. You need a big pie pan, about the size of a paella pan. And you make a crust, and then you want to put 4 and 20 blackbirds. Now, if you're a couple of blackbirds short, that's fine. You only need 11 for offense and 11 for defense. But you want to scald them with our offense and our defense, pluck the feathers and gut them, and then throw the dead birds into the pie crust, and then put a pie crust on top, put some vent holes, and throw it in you'll need a pizza oven because you need something really wide. And you cook them up, and then you set them out on the table, and you invite over all the media. CBS Sports, ESPN, NFL Network, PFF, bring all those guys in and serve them a big bite of crow. Let him eat
Nice.
crow. That's right.
Big bite
And
of
then,
raven.
I usually like to come up with a wine pairing, but I can't because these guys are just going to feed their audience Kool-Aid about, oh, well, the Ravens were hurt. Okay. And also invite over Nick Wright, but don't give him that. Sit him over at the little kids' table and feed him a shit burger without the bun.
Nice.
So,
Nice.
with that being said, gentlemen, bon appetit.
Oh, bon appetit, man. Absolutely. Paul says that OG Daniel sounds like Vinny now that he's hit puberty. My gosh, that sounds so good. I can't wait to have that, OG Daniel.
Oh my gosh, a little eat a little crow or a little raven, right? That was awesome, man.
Yeah.
All right, next up. Okay, all right. Let's set a mood here, Swaggo. You ready?
Oh. Holy cow.
Hit them lights, man.
My gosh.
I wish we had the remote control here in the fan cave to turn the lights down. But you at home, bring the lights down. Let's bring the mood down a little bit.
Yeah.
Let's you know what I mean? Put on your
put your wife in the other room.
Light some candles.
Uh-huh.
And get ready for the dulcet tones, as the kids say, of Raider-born Rico.
Put on your slow jams.
Oh,
Get
man.
ready, man.
He's got. Hey, listen, he provides his own soundtrack.
He
bro.
doesn't need any slow jams.
Well, and seriously, he provides his own soundtrack.
Oh,
yeah,
deal.
I'm telling you. Yeah, here we go.
Hey guys,
Oh
Raider
my
Rico
gosh.
here. So what a game, man!
Hey, hold on. Stop
what
that.
A game.
I know, right?
Thanks to the.
You thought I was joking.
Stop that and start it over because that might be the greatest intro to a call or anything that I've ever heard in my life.
and there's no audio assistance from me. Like some of the calls, I'll throw in some audio. This is all
crap, man.
Raider-born Rico.
That was delicious. Is what that was.
Are you okay?
Holy cow, man!
You switching teams over there? Or what?
No. But that was dope.
That was badass, dude. Rico's the best.
Do it again.
All right, here we go.
Hey guys, Raider Rico here.
so
So
good.
what a game, man! What a game! Thanks to the fans, from the bottom of my heart, to show up in that fashion way. And listen, we got the craziest stadium in all the NFL and in all sports. And see all that fans helping the team to get a win was epic. I was envy because, listen, I'm here in Canary Island. I watched part of the games late night while I was closing the bar and the rest of the game at home. And he ended up at 5 o'clock in the morning. Got no place to go at this time here. It's all closed. And everything is closed. And to see all the people, I was thinking, man, look at all these parties. All these people are going to party tonight. All these lions having fun in Vegas. And if I'm in Vegas, you got to pick me up with a spoon 3 days after the game. But anyway, got to say thanks to the defense. They show up, they deliver it. Max Crosby, he's been doing what I love the most while I'm watching a football game. There's only one thing I like more than touchdown, and it is sacking the quarterback. I love what he's done. Hey, KJ Wright is a key player, all right? He's a key player for the defense as Hunter Renfrow is a key player for the offense. Kudos to Hunter Renfrow. DC got to look a bit more for options than Darren Waller, but anyway, we've done the job. The W is there. Let's put it in the past already. I just want to say thanks also to Lamar Jackson for hanging on all the game and the overtime without taking a dump. So I don't want to jerk off too much on what happened already. I think you guys can do this job a little bit better than me. And next game is the Steelers. Now there's two key things for win the game. One is protecting our quarterback because they got a good defense and running the ball. And the other is blitzing and put on the ground this slow man who is Big Ben Roethlisberger.
Let's go.
He got to go down. It's too slow. If we play like that, I'm expecting turnovers, recovering fumble, and defensive touchdown. That's the key for winning against the Steelers. So let's go. I hate the Steelers. Let's go get another W. Let's look forward week after week. With all that say, I love you all, and I'm out.
Oh my gosh, dude.
My
He's a
God.
freaking legend around here.
Yes. Yes.
Raider-born Rico, man. And listen, we joke about his dulcet tones and the amazing voice and the music behind it, but he's got great takes.
Yes.
Rico has amazing Raider takes,
My
man.
gosh,
and so, a great job, Raider-born Rico, and look forward to hearing more and more of his calls as we go through the season. All right, next up, we're going to hear from, so we've gone from the Canary Islands to now the northernmost Raider fan, which is our buddy Kiljaedis up there in Alaska.
Once upon an evening dreary, while Raider Nation pondered weak and weary over many a quaint and confounding volumes of Raiders lore, while we nodded near in napping, suddenly there came a tapping as of someone gently rapping at our stadium door. "'Tis some visitor," we muttered, tapping at our stadium door. "Only this and nothing more." Back to our volumes we went reading, a wind we found ourselves craving. Soon again we heard a tapping somewhat louder than before. "Surely," said we, "surely that is something at our Lene door. Let us see then what thereat is, and this mystery explore. Let our heart be still a moment in this mystery explore. 'Tis the autumn wind and nothing more." Open there we flung the shutter, when with many furtive flutter, in there stepped a Baltimore Raven of football days of yore. Not the least obeisance made he, not a minute stopped or stayed he, but with treachery and shadily perched front our Lene door, perched upon the Al Davis torch just before our Lene door. Perched and sat and nothing more. Then this ebony bird, beguiling our cautious fancy into smiling, by the grave and stern decorum of the continents at war. "Though thy crest be shorn and shaven thou," we said, "art sure no craven, ghastly grim and ancient raven, wandering from nightly shore. Tell us if thou art friend or foe of this night's Plutonian shore." Quoth the raven, "Nevermore." Suddenly the air grew denser, a shadow did the raven render, cast towards us upon the stadium floor. "Wretch," we cried, "thy good elves have sent thee, a loss thou hast brought me. Respite thy poison of defeats galore. Damn, oh damn this night, and cast this loss out our door." Spoke the voice behind us, "Nevermore." The raven started flapping, its panic beak was snapping, Al's torch ignited with flames like none before. Darkness engulfed the stadium, from the torch was its atrium. A horror behind us stepped out, beckoning the cries we implore. A ghostly raider was this. Was this beckoning the cries we implore? Was it he that quoth, "Nevermore"? The skeletal raiders breathed a sigh. The raven shadow did fade awry. The autumn wind blew, by no malevolent intent it bore. "Bury their light," the voice again quoth. The voice made our feelings sloth. The raven silently shrieked and fell onto the stadium floor. It soared from out the darkness, then laid on the stadium floor. Quoth Raider Nation to Baltimore Raven, "Nevermore."
Oh my gosh. Good job,
My
Kiljaedis.
That was unbelievable.
Bringing Edgar Allan Poe and the Raven. Okay, so I got to tell you something. So last week, we were figuring out what our episode title was. And
Yes.
I said we should do quote the Raiders, Nevermore. And I asked Mosh, I'm like, is it quoth or quote? And he goes, just put quote in there. So we put quote in there. But I love that like Kiljaedis then connected those dots and literally read the Raven with the Raiders twist on it. That was amazing,
That was
dude.
so cool, man.
It was
I love that.
So fun. And I love to, so Tober24 in the chat says, is this a book club Raider channel?
Yeah.
That was incredible.
Yeah, man.
Oh, man. Good job, Kiljaedis. That was fun. That was fun. All right. We got a couple. Actually, nope. We got one more to get to. Just the last one here. We're going to hear from our buddy. We call him the Historian because he is just a wealth of Raider knowledge of the past and the history of the Raiders. Let's hear from our good buddy in Houston, Raider Steve.
Murf, Mosh, Swag Jeff, Nation, made men and made women. Great win by the Raiders, historic. This is a song by Alan Parsons Project, The Raven, also known by the Edgar Allan Poe. quote the Raven, nevermore. Let's quote the Raven, nevermore. Quote the Raven, nevermore. Let's quote the Raven, nevermore. Nevermore, 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 never. Nevermore, nevermore, never. Nevermore, nevermore, never. Nevermore, 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 never. Nevermore, nevermore, never. Nevermore, nevermore, nevermore. This is dedicated to all the great Raider fans, Raider Nation, Al Davis. And I dedicate this to Rob Rivera, the co-founder of the Black Hole. We're all praying for you, Rob, and everybody that's been affected by COVID.
Amen.
And some of them that we've lost. God bless them. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Oh, my gosh. Houston Raiders, Steve.
My gosh, we love it when he sings.
Oh, we love it when he sings. And he had a very heartfelt sentiment there to all those, especially Rob Rivera there, who are struggling with COVID. And so, serious note, absolutely. Many prayers up for you, brother, and Godspeed to good health. But man, how funny is Steve, dude?
My God,
like, he's the best. Like, this is what we always say about like folks that want to call in and sing or whatever. Like, just commit.
Yeah,
you don't have to be talented.
Yeah,
just commit to it, and that's what Houston Raiders Steve does so well.
And I love his comedic timing. Because there's a point where he could have drugged that on too much or not done enough,
right?
But he did perfect and had just the right amount of pauses in it for you to be like, oh, he's done. Oh wait, no, he's not.
He's the Zach Galifianakis of Raiders fan radio.
Truth.
Just kind of lets it hang and then hits you one more time.
I love that.
Yeah, that was great, man.
I love that.
Great job, Houston Raiders Steve. So all right. So here at the end of the show, at the top of the show, we award a Sizzler Award. Now, that goes out to the best emailers and phone callers of the night. Normally, that award is awarded by the one and only legendary Uncle Mosh, but in his absence, it goes to Swag Jeff. So, Swag, who is the best of the best tonight?
Yes. Let me break it down for you. So,
right.
So we started off with Matthew Mangus, who emailed us the key to the Schittsburg game. Then we heard from Tyrone Graves, first-time emailer, reminding us that it's not a crime to rhyme all the time, and the middle finger to the haters. Then, of course, we heard Paul with the emotional roller coaster of Monday night that he went through, highlighting the defense, and Lamar Jackson checks under his bed for Max Crosby at night.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah, man, absolutely. So we of course heard from the Capo, and then we heard from Dave in the 330 with his 15-2 prediction.
That was good, dude.
Yeah, that's strong, dude. That's strong. Then the main guy who hyped up Raider Nation and then gave his post-game thoughts. It was just 3 words. Just win, baby.
That's all it is.
And then OG Daniel with a recipe for a scalded raven pie, which
nice.
sounds
Yes.
delicious. It sounds delicious. Kiljaedis with the Raiders edition of The Raven by Edgar Allan Poe.
Very creative, dude. That was good,
creative.
man.
I like it. I like it. A different take. Houston Raider Steve with the Alan Parsons Project Raven performance, which is just beautiful. It was just wonderful.
Man,
it
so
was
good.
just wonderful. But tonight, this week's Sizzler.
Okay.
This week's Sizzler goes to a man with an epic music introduction. You would have to pick him up with a spoon 3 days later if he went to Vegas.
Yes.
He loves quarterback sacks. And thanks to Lamar Jackson for holding your shit until the end of the game. And it could be argued that he shit the bed on the field, but thanks for waiting to get off. It is Raider-born Rico.
Sizzler. 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 Sizzler.
Sizzler. Sizzler.
We are Metallica, and we are here for your Oakland Raiders!
You know why we are here, and we ain't playing around today.
From The Walking Dead to errant Jedi Knights, Raiders fans are a rogues gallery.
We didn't need Aguilar.
No more Aguilar, no more.
Zay Jones.
No, we have to end that with going Zay. No, we have to do Jones. I don't know. There's nothing that rhymes with that. Jones.
So stupid.
We're okay. All right. So, wow. What an amazing show tonight.
Yes.
What an epic freaking Monday night football game to celebrate.
Yes.
What an amazing start to this NFL season, especially when it comes to our Raiders. Sure would have been nice to see somebody in the division lose. That, you know what I mean? But hey.
Yeah. But hey, you know what? I'm going to show you this because this was posted by the NFL or ESPN or no, Sunday Night Football.
Okay. Yes. Show that.
So said
and
that,
tell them so the audio listeners know what you're showing.
Yeah. So on Instagram, SNF on NBC, the Sunday Night Football page, they said best of the West, and because if you pay attention to the NFL, all the West teams won. So
both divisions,
the NFC West and the AFC West, both went undefeated week 1. And so you would think that they would put the Chiefs at the top of our division because that's just what the stupid ass guys do. But look who they put at the top of the division.
Look at that.
Nice.
Picture of Derek Carr and your Las Vegas Raiders.
Yeah.
How cool is that? And you know why, Jeff? And
Why
you
is
didn't
that?
know. I've had this folded up, sitting
Okay.
here underneath my monitor for weeks now.
Oh, good.
Because I've been waiting for a time to show this. Okay? This is why the Raiders are at the top of that list.
Okay.
Number of AFC West champions. Now, people can talk all the smack that they want. They can, whatever, all the recent history they want. But just remember, we have 3 Super Bowl rings and 16 time champions of the AFC West. And look at that right there. Chargers with 15, tied with the Broncos with 15, the Chiefs with 12, and of course, for the time that the Seahawks played in that division, they have 2. The Raiders still, despite all the recent success of these other teams, the Raiders are still the leader of in the clubhouse for all-time division championship. So anyway, thank you so much, all of you tonight. I'm going to turn it over to Swag Jeff early because I want you to shout out the chat, all the amazing donations tonight. I'll just say this and leave you with this. Raider Nation, you're beautiful. You're amazing. We love you so freaking much. Thank you for all of you that participate and have supported this show at where this show is going based on your, what's the word I'm looking for? Encouragement, participation, everything you do to support us and to push us. Man, it's awesome, and we love you so very, very much, and I can't thank you enough. Find us on the audio podcast, Raiders Fan Radio. You can find us on the YouTubes, youtube.com/Raiders Fan Radio. Swag Jeff, tell them the rest and take us home.
All right, and thank you so much to everyone in the chat. Kevin the Raider Nerd, happy birthday, brother. Raiderborn Rico, congrats on your Sizzler. Corey Fleck, Aussie Raider Aaron, Paul from Shropshire, Big Easy, Michelle Sweat, my bestie, the Big Easy, Kiljaedis. Who else we got in there? Big Easy Running Bears in there.
Nice.
Aussie Raider
What's up,
Aaron, Kiljaedis, Aaron the Q-Dog Raider. Thank you so much for everyone for tuning in for another episode of Raiders Fan Radio. Thank you to everyone who donated to the One Nation Foundation tonight.
Awesome, man.
Folks like Aaron the Q-Dog Raider, K. Matt Dowdy, Foxy Scorpio, Tider Raider, Matthew Mangus, Lil Tiger, Chronicles of the Black Hole, Kiljaedis, Tyrone Graves. We made $69 tonight. Hey! 69, dudes! Thank you so much for tuning in. Yeah, right? You strange things are afoot at the Circle K. You know? Yeah, thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Raiders Fan Radio, where we take a lighter side journey into the dark side. And don't forget, boys and girls, what happens in Vegas started in Oakland. Good night, everybody. God bless you.
Get out of YouTube!
Goodbye.
Where's the damn button?
Just